Welcome
Oh
back.
my God.
Oh, I love this song.
This is a good song. We got a good song on. I can't hear it.
Welcome back.
Throw the volume up.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got some Mariah Carey going on in the back. You remember
Where's
Mariah?
Gerard Piqué?
Yeah.
Wait, it's wrong
Where's
person.
that?
Shakira.
That's Sahi.
Yeah, you're on the
Stinker.
Hey, I like Shakira more than Mariah.
Do ya?
Yeah,
Because
bro.
Mariah
Something
Carey-
about, nah,
Mariah
Shakira's
Carey
got
went-
Lebanese roots, mate.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Middle Eastern
It
aspect
fucking
of
turns me
Shakira.
on,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Shakira for me was the World Cup.
Alright, let me hear her voice.
Shak.
We're back, and we're better, man.
Have we found your wife, Sui?
We put out the application.
Can I do
but
the intro? Wallah, I had 3 applications this week. 3.
Yeah?
2 for my mum and 1 I'm not going to talk about. Nah, listen, man, we're back and we're better. It's Monday. This is one of the main reasons why we love Mondays.
It's become routine, bro.
I used to hate Mondays,
I
bro.
love
but-
Mondays, bro.
I love Mondays.
Nah, I
yeah.
hate Mondays, bro. You got to go to the site. You've had your coffee in the morning. You're like, how's your
Mate,
weekend,
a
Dad?
good Monday is a good start to the
That's
week.
true.
That's how I sort of think about
No,
it.
Thursday's my day, bro. I love Thursdays.
The week starts on Sunday.
Yeah.
The week starts on Saturday.
Hey,
with the
that
Premier
feeling
League.
on Sunday, that Sunday night feeling when you dirty.
That's the worst. That's depression.
Dirty. You just said you love Mondays, cuz.
No, but Sunday 2 o'clock, it still hits you at 2 o'clock. You're fucking
yeah,
thinking
and
about
then-
Yeah,
Zoe
because you got a beer in front of you.
Nah, Sunday,
No
Sunday
beers
9
here.
p.m. Sunday
beers.
9
Someone Hindus only, cuz. Someone Hindus only.
Sundays 9 p.m. is by far the worst
The
calendar.
worst feeling.
Worst calendar hour of the week.
Worst feeling, man. Anyway, boys, we're here back again. How's your weekend, Adam? Was
Good,
alright?
bro. Just working
Nothing?
same shit.
Takes.
Yeah, it was alright. I was digging holes, bro. But
Oh,
other than
why?
that,
What's going
Oh,
on?
you got back in
Stopping
the
out a
trade.
mate, bro.
No,
We're all trying to eat.
Just
We're all
waiting-
trying to eat, bro.
Love
We're all
jobs.
trying to put bread on the
Exactly.
table, mate.
Just
Love
waiting
jobs.
for a mate. Just absolutely waiting for a mate.
My fucking tax return came through today, which was good. That's probably why I
Nice.
like Monday.
Nice.
2 of them.
Both of them?
2.
Too.
Good
I
for
hadn't-
Masari.
I hadn't done tax.
Sure.
I hope someone from the ATO is watching. I hadn't done tax since
No, they hope they're not
2018, 2011. 2011. Heaps of them were just like
Blank. They were
Bananas.
blank.
blank, and then
And that's why you told me you saw your hex today and you had
Yeah.
a fucking he was
Yeah.
just for reference. Adam today was so upset because he found out how much his hex was.
bro. Long story short, my hex is going up, bro.
Yeah, charge
so
interest.
because of inflation, it used to be 0.9.
It's like
What they
3.9%
index
now.
now it's 3.9%. So since last year,
Jeez.
I haven't paid anything. It's gone up.
Yeah.
It's gone up. And doesn't that touch on your point? Did you want to sort of? Are we going to keep that? To the end?
Yeah. No, look, we did actually want to talk
Do you wanna-
about.
do you wanna
there's-
keep it
there's-
there?
Yeah.
So, I want to just send out a little message to the younger people, the youth of our community.
I want to see where it
generation.
came from, though. I want to
Whatever.
hear the
we'll
backstory.
get to that. We'll get to that. But one reason why I started this podcast was to attract the youth, target the youth, because they are the ones that are the most lost. You know what I mean? Even us, when we were young, we all grew up.
I don't think they're lost. I wouldn't say lost.
We didn't
yeah.
know what we wanted to do in our life. You know, we didn't like
Confused,
We were
yeah.
confused. We didn't know what
Confusion.
influence to get under, whatever. So a lot of people stressing out now about school and stuff. So just wanted to give a little message out to them.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think
We'll touch
come
on. We'll touch
yeah.
on it, but don't stress, man. I was a plumber. I was in uni from 17 to 19, civil engineering. Then I became a plumber, and now I'm fucking doing podcasting. So
Yeah.
you never know where life takes you.
You
boys.
don't have to have it all
You
figured
were
out.
chippy.
Bro, I
Yeah.
went to uni, left uni, became a chippy, left
Yeah.
chippy, and now working a desk job, bro. So
Adam's always. just
Adam's the
been
only one that had the
high-rise.
clear path.
Proper
He's
bloke,
the
suit
idea.
and tie.
Suit and tie.
Double
No,
degree.
not since the beginning. To
Yeah.
be honest,
Nah.
I think that's the best sort of beauty about life. You don't really need to.
That's right.
You don't need to know where you're going. I think that's where I'll sort of say no kids are lost. No one's lost.
You've never lost. You're
There's,
really
no,
not.
there's no timeline. I think the pressure of a timeline is probably what I ever, the most I ever felt was, okay, mate, let's relate to now. 26, 27, I've got mates getting married, mates having kids,
Yeah.
and you got to sort of keep the outside noise. Not that it's bad noise, but everyone's sort of got their path. And as long as you sort of,
You can't look at them and
chill
compare.
out.
Everyone
Do
has
your
their
own
own.
thing,
Hey,
man.
one of my
Things will fall
favorite
into
quotes.
place.
One of my favorite quotes is "Comparison is the thief of joy."
oh, mate.
So
That's my fucking memes false
Yeah,
line with
that's
the inspiration.
Bro, I want to give a quick story. I used to hang out with these boys. Not bad influence, but these boys were Masari, when I say money, I say money. Anyway, you'd go out and these boys were splashing cash. And you're like, fuck, I can't really do that.
Yeah, you don't
I'm
feel
not going to
apart.
spend 10, 15, and I'm talking 10, 15 grand a night.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then
It's
you
shitty,
sort
man.
of start seeing yourself, you don't feel good about yourself, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
I sort of start to distance myself. Everyone can have
I
their
think
fun.
I think we've all been there, bro. You hang out with people that make a lot of money a week, you know, whatever it is.
Illegally, most of them it's illegal.
We don't
want to
get into that. We're
No,
not
I'm
here
just
to-
being dead set. No,
We're not here to 6'9" anyone, but
no
Hey,
snitching,
there's a
but
double
a little bit
meaning.
bad.
And, yeah, look, the source of everyone's income is different, but it's important not
That's
to
it.
compare yourself.
Correct.
Everyone's on their own journey.
no, but
Everyone's on
listen,
a
you
path.
might see, and the thing with the youth is now, yeah, I sound like some philosopher, but you see them going into just a bad path. You know, listen, man, there's a lot more to life than what you hear in gangster rap and what you hear with anything, whatever it is. You
What
know
your
what I mean?
mates are doing or what your mates'
What your
dad's
mates are doing, you know.
Don't worry about that, man.
Do you know what a big part of it is as well? A lot of, sorry to cut you off, a lot of social media is big and a lot of younger people are becoming very wealthy at a young age.
That's right,
You know?
it's crazy.
YouTube and TikTok. Just remember, in all honesty, I'll tell you one thing, money does not buy happiness.
Of course it doesn't.
It doesn't cost money to wake
I
up, have a
disagree,
good
Adam,
perspective.
Money's a tool.
Nah, it
disagree.
buys,
Money
it
is
buys
a
a
tool.
materialistic
I'd rather be
happiness.
crying in Positano with
Correct.
fucking past like that.
100%. I'd rather be fucking laying in a pile of things and
Yeah,
not
2 red
worry.
wines, please. but I know what you mean. I know.
But
what
it
you mean.
really doesn't buy you that ultimate happiness. So keep traveling your path, keep doing your thing, and
Yeah.
there's no timeline. You can
It's
be
that-
successful
honestly,
at
to-
50, and
yeah.
you can be, you can be successful at 18.
Just to sum it up,
wisdom.
find what you're good at and stick to it.
That's
Not
it.
even find what you got. It's, yeah, trial and error. That's all it is.
That's how
But
you're gonna find what you're good at.
A lot
Us
of-
three, we're all good at chatting shit.
A lot of
so-
people, you know, like with this podcast as well, it's like, oh my god, he's doing a podcast. And I'm just like, you know what, bro, I don't give a fuck when anyone says straight out. I just want to do my thing, talk about what we love to do, and
That's
then
it,
you
correct.
found
Well-
you know, like anyway, the main thing is just don't stress. HSC, THC,
Anything,
whatever it is.
anything.
Don't stress.
Anyway, look, the
Don't
primary goal, the
stress.
primary goal of that message was because my younger sister's going through it now, and I really feel for her. So
We all went through that stress, bro.
I just want to extend the message.
I became a smoker from HSC.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, I'm so stressed.
It's taken a big toll on all of us. Sorry, Adam, and I just want to extend it to all kids that are actually going through it.
Shout out to my teachers.
It's gonna get easier.
But if you
So-
do want to be a book nerd and sort of put in the hard yards like I sort of did, do not procrastinate. Don't say, I'm going to study 6 hours today. I'm going to study 8 hours tomorrow to make up for today. Grab your book, grab your notes, grab your textbooks.
Keep your
Speak
vision
to
clear.
your year 12 teachers, your classmates, your colleagues. And I'm telling you, put in the hard work. If it's what you want to do, I'm not saying that's the only path, but if that's what you want to do, put in the hard yards and you obviously want to get good marks and get into the degree you want to get into. Just put in the hard yards, and I promise you there is no better feeling than waking up to that text message. It tells you what your ATAR is, what you've got, and all your hard work will sort of, come to fruition. So.
Yeah.
We build
Oh,
those
look at him.
habits
Look
now.
at
But in all
it.
honesty, just don't procrastinate.
That's coming from a
Yeah.
private school boy, by the way.
Yeah.
Nah, that's all right. So I just wanted to give that little message
Nah.
before we start getting into a big fucking weekend of sport. A week really of sport. It's been crazy.
Huge.
We've had all sports go off, man, straight out. And also we introduced a new segment called Fraud of the Week, inspired by one of my mates, Iyad. So wait till the end. I know some people like stop watching and watching whatever. So Fraud of the Week's at the end, questions and Q&A's at the end as well. It's a fucking good week for
It's
Q&A's.
worth
as
the
well.
hour.
Good
Watch
week
it.
for Q&A's. Ace, the
And
questions that came through.
I'm
Solid.
gonna let my boy Mems take it away.
All right, so
Let's
we're
go.
jumping straight into UFC 278. What a freaking card that was. Wow.
Unreal.
And I slept on that card too. I thought it wasn't going to be that
We all
great.
slept on the card.
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
slept
It
on
wasn't
the card.
that.
We didn't talk about it before.
We didn't. No,
Nah.
because it
It was
wasn't
just
that
one
big
of
of a
them
card. 'cause
sleepers that
We're all
Usman
excited
was
for
going
the
to...
next card. Oh,
If
look
it's,
at
if
that.
it's one thing people are telling me is get more into UFC. UFC must really.
building this country,
It has
bro.
launched, but now there's
honestly in the
it's-
last 5 years.
Because we've got a champ. We've got representation in this
Yeah.
sport.
In the
That's
last
why.
5 years now, but you see, with what UFC do so well, they're very flexible. So you feel like you're hanging out with the boys. Like when you go there and you got Bam Bam doing the shoey and you got the nail.
Personality.
Everyone's welcome. You know what I mean? It's personal. You got celebrities there. I think it's mad. I think
It's
a
a
mad
big
sport.
deal. It's a very big deal.
Yeah,
and
that's
You
it's
got
what-
Drake putting fucking
The
$500,000 on things.
Nah,
like-
but that's
Yeah.
all the marketing. But
but I'm saying
Nah,
it
yeah.
draws people in.
of course,
It draws
of course.
people in.
And
And it was
I don't know. It's become
massive-
one of my favorite. I watch a lot of sports. It's become one of my favorite.
Such a convenient time for us in Australia
Yes.
as well. Sunday
It's one of the
afternoon.
sports we don't get told.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the
Instead
Premier
of
League.
waking up at 3:30 in the morning.
It's
So
actually
every
hard.
once in a while you get that
on
one
a
card.
Sunday with the boys.
Wow.
12 o'clock kick
Ajay
off.
Couch transactions
Yeah.
are locked and
Yeah.
loaded.
Yeah.
Bang.
Transactions, mate.
Nah, listen, we'll talk about. I want to give a shout out to Rockhold actually.
Before we
Let's
get into
start
the
at the
other
bottom.
but
Yeah,
we'll
you
start.
go.
Look, the main card wasn't that interesting. It did start with the Aldo fight. Aldo is 14 years this man has been in the game and he's still giving it every weekend and he's still a contender to be in the top 10. What were your thoughts on the fight? I mean, I know he didn't perform as well as he did, but he didn't get outperformed. I want to say that he got outperformed.
He looked slow.
He got tired. That wrestling
correct,
tires
slow.
you. Yeah, the way what's his name? I can never remember his name. Raman.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, like the way he wrestled him and the way he controlled his body, it was just Aldo couldn't do anything about
But
it.
Aldo's an OG sort of thing, you know what I
So
mean?
you respect him. You respect him in that way.
You can take a loss not as sort of harshly sort of thing. You still can find positives and
And they're feeding young guys to him as well. Like they fed him Pedro Munoz, they fed him Vera, and he beat both of them. Like all these up and comers are having to go through Aldo. I think they're kind of making it an easy task
Well,
now.
they're trying to make him a gatekeeper
Yeah, for that division.
Correct,
Right?
yes.
because every division has a gatekeeper.
But if you're Aldo, when do you hang up those? when do you
Well,
hang up
I
the
was going to
gloves?
mention TK mentioned the R word retirement. I don't know. I don't want him to ruin his legacy.
I don't think.
I
It'll be
think his
tarnished
legacy's
because
already
it
built.
was in a different division, so you can't say he's ruining his legacy as such. You know what I mean?
But if you
Understand.
what happens if he keeps fighting and loses the next three?
Well, look at Silva, like Anderson.
Yeah.
Same thing kind of happened to him after he dropped the belt. It kind of just went through that period, and was still
Woodley as well.
time kind of
Caught up
rebuilds that kind of legacy for yourself. Like when you look at Silva now,
Yeah,
you
correct.
don't remember him for
And-
him dropping those fights, losing the fights the way he did. Remember Anderson Silva, the
peak.
the Maverick.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's
The
what you remember.
flexibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Spider.
it's-
I missed out on a lot of Anderson Silva, bro.
Oh,
I never really watched.
he's
but
the reason I
watch
got
him
into
back-
UFC.
I watch him back
Me
now, bro.
personally.
Him getting knocked out by Chris Weidman's iconic as
Yeah.
well.
Bro, it's
Shows
because he
that
stuck his head out.
Yeah, yeah. But
Oh, yeah,
anyways,
that one, that
speaking
iconic.
of the R word, Rockhold retired after his fight with Paulo Costa. What a fight!
Wow.
What a fight!
Honestly,
Could have gone either way.
That
Would
was.
have gone either way.
Yeah.
Paulo Costa let that slip through his fingers. He should have wrapped it up a while ago.
I-
Rockhold was tired.
Don't you reckon he could have finished it?
He could have finished it.
I
Yeah.
think
That's
Paulo
what I
has no
thought.
fight IQ. That's what I think.
That's what I said
That's
when
what
I
it comes down to.
when I was watching it. I was like, bro, like Rockhold is doing this slow, tired.
He had his
spin
hands on his knees.
where he's like, bro, he's guessed that looked like he was in the biggest street fight of his
He
life.
did. And do you know what? I will say one thing as well. I'll stand by it. He didn't look like he wanted to be in there
Nah, he
towards
didn't,
the
he
end.
didn't, he
But he
want-
never really does. Again, it probably touches on what Sui said. I don't think he's got that killer,
hunger anymore.
that killer instinct.
Nah, but you got to
which-
think, he's been doing it for ages, huh? Yeah. So
Yeah, wow.
So,
Yeah.
bro, when you
And I think he just did this one to kind of a farewell. He knew he was going to retire before going
Yeah.
into this fight. I think it was a farewell.
but you know what?
I
I love.
think it's one of those things where if I win, I might see how far I can push it.
Yeah, I
But-
guess so.
Because if you get a scalp over Costa, it's not like Costa.
it's not a small deal.
Yeah, it's not a small deal.
Yeah.
And even though I'm sitting here and saying Costa's got no fight IQ, but like it's still a big deal
Still a big
within the
fighter
division.
as well.
It's a top 5
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the division. So
And
He should have
his
finished
only
it.
loss being to Vittorian. He lost 2 in a row, but he hadn't lost the fight till he lost the easy.
Adesanya bum-jacked him. But that Rockhold, there was a moment where I got to point out where he just goes, fuck you, and just cracked him. Hey, give him the belt. I don't know. Give him everything, guys.
Give him something.
After that, wow, what a straight out sick cunt.
And,
Respect.
and he was throwing till the end.
He was.
Rockhold, but Rockhold's got that. That's what I was trying to say when I was saying killer mentality. I think Rockhold's got that killer mentality, whereas
That's the.
what was
Costa.
he did, I don't know. He's too nice.
That's
too-
the
it's-
Bisping
That's what I'm saying.
era.
He could have finished him.
That's the
Yeah,
Bisping
that's
era
it,
of
correct.
UFC. That era of UFC will forever
Never
be.
give up.
Never.
Never give up.
Yeah,
No matter
like-
how tired you are,
Like,
no
I
matter
don't care
what.
if my eyes are falling out of my head or if my face is busted up. I'm gonna keep hitting
Bisping
this
is a
guy.
He looks like he'll work 25 hours a day and not care, not flinch.
And for that
Rockhold.
age,
And
he
he,
was
fought,
good.
he actually had an alcohol problem too, yeah?
He did, yeah. He went through a
Rockhold-
divorce. He lost
Heaps
his
of
kid.
shit,
He went through a
yeah.
lot when he was not fighting.
So
in
I
the
think
time.
I think that fight was just like a farewell. Like, man, I gotta do one more time for the sport that I love, that
What
I've
a
done a
career.
lot for.
Yeah.
What a career, man. He was champion. You
let's
can't-
not
you
forget
can't-
he immortal for Calvin Klein too. So he's a good looking man, bro.
immortal
yeah,
for
bro.
Got tabs on him, lad.
And he's got one of the best kicks in the division. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen that
Oh,
video of him
what
throwing the
a
question
kick.
mark kicks. Oh, man.
Unbelievable, bro.
Unbelievable. What a career, Luke Rockhold. Thank you for everything he's done in the sport. Now, the talk of the town, the fight that shocked the world. Leon Edwards flatlining. Not just knocking him out and beating him, flatlining
The guy
Kamaru
was seeing
Usman.
stars. He
Mate,
was
puts
seeing
the
things
biggest
when he was
smile on
Because
my
what did he
eyes.
see?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do
Stop.
they see?
He saw the light.
Everybody read signal stop, right? What did he see?
I don't know. Anyone that's been knocked out, what do
Because
you...
he
Okay,
seen the
so-
Dajjal.
I can actually tell you what you
He
see.
seen Israel, cuz.
I've never been,
So
I've
I
never
can
been
tell you.
unconscious.
I can tell you what you see, how it feels, and the best way I can describe it is it feels like you're just waking up and you're not remembering the last 20 to 30 seconds.
Nah, surely there was a movie or something going on.
You actually don't even remember
Just black.
getting hit. that's how like you'd get up and people have to tell you, hey, you got hit, and then you watch the fucking
You have to
video.
process
you
what's
have
going
to
on.
process it. Yeah, it
like me
takes
waking up on a Sunday morning. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, you wake up with sometimes, and I think Usman.
What just happened?
I think Usman went through something like that because his eyes were wide open and he just did not look like he knew where he
And
was.
he seized up.
Bro,
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah,
Do you know
I
what someone
can't really
said?
say
He was
that.
having
I don't like-
Nigerian nightmares.
Yeah, bro, the caption by the UFC, that's what they said, a Nigerian nightmare courtesy of Leon Edwards.
yeah.
Like, bro, what a caption. What a
Proper.
caption.
Hey, the
Enough
PR
about
team-
Usman. I think we need to fucking stop sleeping on Edwards.
No.
No,
I gotta talk about
no.
Usman.
Usman
bro.
got too cocky. Way too cocky.
He's always been cocky.
He's,
always,
yeah. He deserved it.
Do you
He
want to know
deserved
what?
it.
You
I want to
reckon?
say this. I want to say this. One of my mates, Chris, I want to point it out by name, Chris.
We love you,
because
Chris.
Chris keeps saying this to me when it comes to fight IQ. He goes, there's certain fighters who, when they possess the knockout power and they're that good, they lack a little bit of fight IQ in the sense of
Went to
they know how strong they are. They know how good they are.
the
They
pride.
think they're
They don't
invincible.
see they don't see gaps.
So you reckon he
Or
got
they don't see
cocky?
things.
He did,
I
yeah,
forgot,
100%.
I forgot the whole thing because all I remember was what's his name? DC saying.
They were writing his obituary.
No, DC's like, man, he'll
Not
be happy to
coming
lose
across.
on points here, man. And then Joe Rogan's like, yeah, he's got to give it in the gas tank. Bang! What the fuck, bro? I was
They were literally
shook.
saying Usman's cut from a different cloth.
No,
Bang.
they were saying Leon Edwards, they're like, he's giving up. And then that guy's like, he's a cut from a different cloth. That means he won't give up. He's not
Yeah.
a type of guy that...
No,
will
when
give
they're
up.
saying cut
If
from a
you know-
different
if you
cloth,
know
are they saying
Leon-
that about
No,
Usman?
they're talking about...
But if you know
Ah.
Leon's story, he was never gonna give up, brother. The
That's
guy
what-
grew up
yeah.
in
They're fucking
Jamaica.
saying,
He moved to his
celebrate
mum
him.
and brother. Like he's
So when,
Unbelievable.
all that from the trenches talk from Edwards, not
It's
like
real.
he's not like Cambosis.
no, it's
Fuck
real.
it's real talk.
It's real.
Hey, he's from
Fucking
Birmingham.
versus-
He won't leave his local gym. That's
No.
I
Yeah.
have so
There
much.
was a
Because
nice-
that took him out of the street. So him and his brother, he said, like when they were growing up, like it was either he was gonna go down the bad path, and his mum kind of just pushed him and his brother into fighting, and that's kind of where he found his home, where it was
Yeah.
like it's a distraction that keeps you off the streets. So
That's where he got the name Rocky as well, from his backstory. It was very similar to a Rocky story, and that fight was so similar to a Rocky story.
it was a
That
rock-
video, so I just want to point out that video of his home gym when they were...
When they erupted.
Hey, did you see them erupt? I wish I was there. Yeah, it's gone
That's why we
crazy.
love sport, bro. It brings people. It fucking brings people together.
doesn't matter where you're from. or
Especially
what you
people
are.
close to you, the people that know how hard you've worked, the blood, sweat,
Did you
tears,
see
the
the
hours
thing?
he's
Did
put
Did you
in.
see him
Bro.
call his mum?
And-
Did you see him call his
Yeah,
mum
on FaceTime.
Man,
And bro,
mama.
you're inspiring like younger people that are. You never know what you. Just one little action you done for them can fucking take them so far. in
I
their
love
life, bro.
post-match speeches.
Oh,
His
especially-
post-match
I wanted to hear
speech.
Usman talk. I really wanted to hear
Me
Usman
too.
talk. Wallah,
But
I did.
apparently, one of my colleagues at work, apparently about a year and a half ago, I don't remember who it was, but apparently they banned the person that gets knocked out from
Nah.
speaking after the fight. Yeah.
Sometimes they make
There was
exceptions.
No, apparently now it's a rule about a year and a half ago.
They can choose to not be interviewed. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's a rule though.
something like that.
I think
correct,
if they
yeah.
walk off, then they just walk off. And
But
they-
for example, look at Anthony Joshua. Look at his speech.
Ah,
Jaras Halo.
yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're
gonna
not going to talk about the.
I'm not talking about. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
letting
yeah.
the
Yeah, I know,
people
I know.
know. I'm sort of comparing. Like
Some people can't
Well,
control
you start
themselves.
talking gibberish. If you're telling me what you think you've just woken up,
That's right. You're right.
you're
Like,
trying
good
to
point.
put sentences together.
Very
you know
good
what I
point.
Do you
mean?
know what? But Masvidal did that when Usman knocked him out. He gave a pretty good post-fight speech.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He gave a really good
Then
post-fight
you
speech
got
saying,
the
yeah.
flip side of McGregor. Your wife is
Yeah,
me.
your wife is in the
Hey,
wife is
Conor
in
McGregor is straight as just become a Twitter he's been this for long. Don't
Listen.
defend him. Shut up. Don't defend
I'm
him.
gonna defend him.
Fuck Conor McGregor.
I'm gonna defend him.
No, no, bro.
I'm
I'm sitting
with-
there on the boat.
I'm
Listen.
with Mems until we crossed the line
Listen.
with
I love
Khabib and started
I
talking
love
about
Conor.
people's families. Fuck off.
I
got
listen,
zero
I
time
love
for the bloke.
Conor, and I'm all for trash talk, bro.
Yeah.
But you don't cross them. And then you know what? After it, the dad, Khabib's dad's like, whatever. I think he said, "We'll forgive you," or whatever. And then when Khabib's dad passed away, he ended up talking about it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what, Conor McGregor, you're a fucking piece of shit. straight
Fucking
up.
oath.
And you're always gonna be Twitter fingers. You never.
But at the end of the day, he's the one that changed all of UFC.
I
No
don't
one
care.
can
I don't
argue.
give him credit.
Exactly.
argue.
No one
It's
can.
not about giving him credit. Nah,
Yeah.
he did change UFC.
He changed UFC.
But guess
It's not-
what?
Anyway, but we're
It's not about
digressing.
giving
We're
him credit,
digressing.
yeah,
So look,
bro.
we'll go back to.
It's not
thanks,
about
Conor.
giving Conor McGregor. Bro, I can probably put any transaction on the line. The reason you probably got into UFC is probably because of Conor McGregor. Not because you liked him, but bro, he bought UFC to
He
everyone's
bought you
fucking
because
TV.
he bought your attention.
Yeah, bro.
No, he
He brought
did.
your
No,
attention.
I'll
But he's a
never-
scum, I
I'll
agree.
never take that away from him, bro.
Yeah, but he's a
I always
scum.
say it, and he was an unbelievable fight. He's not a shit fighter. I'm not saying he's a shit
No,
fighter.
neither.
Ever. You can never discredit someone that's done so much in that sport. But just, man,
Kick
your
back
ego,
on the
your-
Twitter.
your-
Kick back
yeah,
on the
yeah,
Twitter,
Kick back
yeah.
on Twitter, brother.
Yeah.
Just
you know, just
you have a
kick back
problem, come to the couch. I think it was all-
Mate, I reckon
Hey,
there's
I
a
always
line.
think, imagine if you seen him, you'll take a photo of him, mate. Like,
100%.
I fucking hate him, but I'll take that.
How two-faced is this bloke?
Get the rolling the photo.
Nah, listen, on Ajib's couch, he has to drop class for the clout. Nah,
Yeah.
fuck him.
Nah, but like that. So going back to Usman, everyone was shocked, but I think he needed that wake-up call.
Yeah,
Next fight, I think they're going to give Usman a rematch with Leon straight away.
Yeah,
I think
correct.
that's
That's
the
a
next
trilogy.
fight they're going to make.
Like I said, I still think Usman's the best welterweight in the world.
Ever.
Undisputed.
Still?
I still think
Yeah,
that.
fuck
yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
he just slipped up.
You can't
man, and
judge
that
off
happens.
one knockout.
You said
You
it. You said it. If him and Edwards fight again, he wins it.
Yeah, if him and Edwards fight again.
unless
I
he-
reckon,
unless
I
he
reckon
does-
Usman wins the eyes closed.
Yeah.
Personally, yeah.
But
He
he
was-
won that fight, but you just don't. It's not over till it's fucking over.
Do you know what?
Same
He-
thing
he
with
just-
Glover a couple of weeks ago, man. He had that fight in the bag and then
Bang.
just
Against
didn't
you,
wrap
hey,
up.
but against all odds, he had that fight in the bag as well,
Exactly,
and he
and
just got choked
That
out.
black, what's his name? That
Prohaska.
Gov the hair?
Prohaska.
Yeah, that was a good fight too.
Bro, he you
Listen,
wait
the
till you
more-
wait till you see what he. I don't think he loses that belt, Prohaska.
Well, if he fights Glover again, I want to see what sort of adjustments he makes.
Probably
type
good
of
ones.
styles and
Probably
stuff.
good adjustments. I hope he makes good adjustments because he shouldn't have let it get that close. He should have just won. But anyway, so that was the UFC. Where anything else that you guys want to talk about in relation to Usman?
Just now, Kazmat. I reckon now the trilogy. I reckon what happens now is a trilogy, and then Kazmat versus Colby.
I think
Personally,
that's
who,
a-
Nah.
who else is he gonna verse?
if,
Nah.
if he beats Nate, do not sleep on Nate
nah.
Diaz.
Hey, listen, yeah.
He'll
Do
be.
not
Listen,
sleep on Nate Diaz.
I
reckon-
said
I
that
reckon-
he'll pump Nate, but yet again.
Do not sleep
I love
on
Nate, but I reckon he'll
Yet
beat him personally. I know. I'll
We
go
all-
Don't
for
write
it.
his obituary.
If last week,
Again, he's another OG. I reckon Nate Diaz is OG.
Fuck yeah.
if we
Yeah,
sat
but
here
I
last
question-
week,
Smokes doobies in that everywhere.
if we sat here last
Yeah,
week and
fuck
and unpacked the UFC card from yesterday, we all would have been on Usman.
Yeah.
So-
To win, barracking for
Sorry.
who we thought were
to
going to win, or
win.
who
Yeah,
were barracking?
who thought we were going to win?
Oh, Usman, but I was
Yeah.
barracking for
Yeah,
Edwards.
your heart
Oh,
for
Usman,
Edwards.
100% eyes closed.
Yeah, but so yeah, we can't write Nate Diaz off.
I'm not
against
writing
Hamza,
Diaz off,
yeah.
but I question how much commitment he has to the game anymore.
It could be his last
like,
fight
you
too.
hear things like he
Isn't
just
it-
wants out of his
isn't it
contract.
confirmed
Blah, blah,
It's
blah.
his last
fight?
fight in his
Yeah.
contract,
Yeah.
Yeah.
on his current
Like
contract.
he just wants out. That's what I feel, and I don't know whether he's going to show up or he's just going to get there, do the fight, and kind of just.
Collect his money
make
and
his
just
dollars.
leave. Yeah.
So
Big weekend of Premier League as well this week. I actually
good.
I didn't
Fuck
catch a lot of the games, so you boys are gonna have to fill me in on.
Listen,
most
before
of
we
it.
get to that, I want to
Yeah.
talk about the NRL.
Oh, you
Like,
want
nah,
to
a lot of people have been saying NRL. Let's talk about NRL, right?
what a joke!
This weekend
What a
I'll,
joke!
was
I'll be back.
this weekend was a fucking joke, bro. Honestly, this weekend literally tells you what are you doing in NRL adding another team? Like, what's the point? I don't understand.
I don't think it's that, man.
No,
neither,
listen.
neither. It's
Listen,
not
I,
that.
listen.
I think it's just attitude.
Listen, attitude, yeah, but I say it and I say it and I say it. There's not enough players. There's not enough quality for anything. For
Nah,
Bro,
there is.
I-
There is. I personally
Go
reckon.
buy a 7.
I-
Bulldogs need a 7. Go buy 7. Who you buying?
What do you mean?
Bulldogs need a
Saying pick out a
Forget
7 you can go
Flanagan. Say
get.
we don't have Flanagan. Say Flanagan was playing very, very bad and we needed another 7.
Bro, they've
One sec. Who do you buy?
They've signed that little young fella from the Cowboys.
Little young fella. Listen.
Yeah.
Who do you buy? Now. We need a win.
Yeah, but you're putting your EPL head.
No, I'm not putting my
you
EPL.
are.
No, bro, I'm not putting my
It's
EPL.
not about just go buy who you want.
No.
They're developing players. That's
Listen,
fine.
It's not.
Not
I
every-
don't think
not
it's
every-
about the players.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
not every club.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying
think-
there
not
is
every-
no quality anymore, bro. Like, and now I know it's attitude because it's the end of the season.
You can tell which players wanted to do Mad Monday. from
Correct.
this week.
Yeah.
Of course,
That's
of course,
all it
of
is.
course.
I think it's
And
attitude 1,000%.
You'd have seen that.
The bottom eight teams
Because the
didn't
bottom
turn
8 are
up.
so far off. The
Yeah, but
Bulldogs are 12
They
by
didn't
10
turn up. They're all
points.
thinking
Yeah,
about
but
the
it's not-
season.
it's not about
They
turning
want.
up.
You need to know that there's a big gap between 8th and 9th and 10th. You need to realise that.
Of course I realise
These teams coming 14, 15, whatever, mate, they've got nothing to play for. They're not going to fucking turn
So
up.
you've been in that position
yeah,
before, like
they're not
play
going
for
to
your
turn up.
jersey.
yeah, but you've been in
But
that
they're not,
position.
but they're
like,
not.
I
It's easy to
know,
say.
I know.
Yeah.
Three
But
weeks left.
now, like, when I think of a team, yeah, like Wayne Bennett went and made all this team, yeah. Now in a few years, what happened? Like Gold Coast Titans,
Yeah.
they're in a shambles now, bro.
That's recruitment. That's not. They let Jamal Fogarty go.
okay, bro. I get recruitment, bro. But if you're not developing a proper club, where's the recruitment gonna come
They
from?
are the
Now-
Bulldogs.
now
The
Bull-
Bulldogs are one of the
no.
most developed clubs, bro.
now,
What do you mean?
now Bulldogs are doing it.
I'm
Feel
not.
good.
I'm not talking about players. Are you talking about the club, the
I'm talking about-
establishment?
No, I'm talking about quality of players. There's not enough to
I don't
make
think- I don't-
to make the
No, I-
competition
Nah,
more
I don't
quality of
agree.
players. I
I
don't
don't
think it
agree.
comes down to quality
Yeah,
of
I
players,
don't
bro.
agree
It
with
comes
that.
down to
Nah, it
attitude.
does.
bro.
Attitude.
It's
It's
attitude.
attitude.
No, attitude's a big quality as well. It's a big thing in,
Yeah.
in someone's quality. You know what I mean? Because if you put fucking
Yeah, but you're
Cooper
talking
Cronk in the
about
team, if you look at Ben Hunt, yeah,
Yeah.
no one in his team working his fucking socks off. Why? He's a good player.
Yeah.
Has that mentality. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And what you're saying is, I'm not saying you're wrong. What you're saying is right. But I just don't think there's enough of them, bro.
But the Dragons are stacked with quality players. They've just had a shit season. Ben Hunt,
Who's quality in that team?
Bird,
Jack Bird's, but they're just finished. They're just
No,
old
but
now.
the thing is, we were
Jack
in the
Bird's
eight.
old. Jack
No, no.
Bird's 24, 25.
He's the same
Jack
age as
Bird-
us.
No,
What
but
are you
Jack
trying to
Bird,
say
what I'm
about
saying,
Buck, bro?
he was in his prime, and like it's a bit. He's still good. I'm not riding
Mate,
him
his
off at all.
prime's in front of him. I personally, I disagree. I think it's attitude.
I agree with
the,
you,
the
it's
bottom
attitude
8 teams termed up, and they're like, we're not going to make the top 8, and they just let the quality sides flog them. And
Because you look at some of the tries that were scored, man. It's not. Like
No, yeah,
that-
fuck yeah, 100%.
I think was it the Cowboys game, bro? Every time they're going in on the outside, man, scoring.
Every
Yeah, that was
single
a
time,
for
fucking.
fun. Like, come
Nah,
on,
the worst
bro.
was the Roosters.
Come
The
on.
Roosters
Nah,
game
Roosters game was
Even that.
disgusting.
fucked up.
That was
Yeah.
Butcher. They've run this. He's run the same line for all these tries. Like
Yeah.
4 tries.
You know what I mean?
What a
Like,
transaction that would have been, lad. That Butcher for 3 or more. That's
it's
fucking-
attitude, man.
It is.
Because
Yeah,
the Tigers,
I
what was
agree
it,
with
like
you.
4 weeks ago?
But I just
5
think
weeks ago,
overall there is not enough to make it a good watch. You watch a team versus this team versus that team, and you're like, yeah, I already know who wins. Fuck it, it does my brain in. It hurts me, bro. Maybe
I think-
you know what? Maybe I'm just angry because
I
I
think
think
you're angry.
some clubs have gone through transition. 2019, Penrith came 10th. Look at them now.
Yeah,
2,
they-
3
that's
years later, they
recruitment.
developed. Correct, yeah, developing
Yeah, of course.
players. That's what I'm saying. The grassroots. I think a lot of these.
No,
lot of
if a
these
team
teams-
loses because they have young players, I get it. You know what I mean? Like when Dragons play Amon and all those younger players, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Get off their
Even
back.
even if they lose, who gives a fuck? They're
I think a
learning-
lot of clubs just going through a transition phase, and they're sort of all trying
yeah.
to. They're all trying to build that nursery, like Penrith sort of set that slate. But again, to go back to Sylvie's point, quality of football this round was disgusting. A lot of games you couldn't even you didn't want to watch.
You
I
get
think
bored.
The
I
most exciting match was the Raiders game.
Bro, I
and it
started playing
wasn't-
FIFA.
Yeah, no, it was.
Well, I was
Terrible.
playing foot champs. I was like, I just
Terrible.
can't watch this anymore.
There's
bro.
a few good games coming up this week, so
Yeah, I
hopefully
can't wait
they're
for finals.
closer.
I think finals
Yeah.
footy. Finals
Finals footy, you
footy.
change your tone. You won't be
Finals
so-
footy. I'm so happy because
Well, the quality of footy this year is amazing.
I reckon the first one.
fuck
put my
off. Why are you
hand
running
up.
me off, cuz?
I wrote off the Storm, and the Storm are fucking the form team of the
Nah, I
club.
just
You
knew-
never did, yeah,
Nah,
bro.
I
I
knew
did it.
because
Yeah.
I listen.
Neither
I
of
told
yous.
you. I read off when they lost Smith. I read them off. When they lost, who they lose? Kronk.
Kronk.
I read them. When they lost
Yeah,
Slater, I'm
later.
like, surely this is the year now. You fucking go
Nah,
away.
but I just told you, like
Harry
the Storm
Grant,
are a
Brendan Smith.
system team.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
System, you know
They're
what
a
I mean? A
system
lot of these
team, and
clubs
they
need
just
to
had a
turn
lot of
into these-
injuries. Those players had to get accustomed to the system.
of course.
You can't just
Mo
replicate
Fuluma's
what
not
the
going back to the
other
Tigers,
person's
by the way. He's the happiest bloke right now.
doing. Oliver Gillard put him
Even
there.
Oliver Gilda as well doesn't want to go back. That's enough footy talk, man. Yeah, our footy final.
Rubbish,
The
rubbish
finals
round,
are
rubbish.
coming up. We can't wait for. That's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, we'll delve into
Oh,
them
hang
game
on.
by
There,
game.
there is one thing I want to say, bro. But fuck those dogs, bro. Like I rip Polo because he had a bad game and all of that.
Oh, Jackson
But
Polo,
fuck
yeah,
those
yeah.
dogs.
Oh.
Fucking sending
Listen.
death threats to him, bro. There's a point when it's
It's too much.
out of pocket, bro.
He had one of the worst, probably just as bad as
Yeah,
Declan
yeah,
Case.
but listen.
I've never seen a player drop the ball so much.
Yeah,
though.
listen, man. But no, listen. If you're gonna do whatever you're doing with your transactions, it's all people. It's
Yeah, but don't go at him, bro.
no, but it's all people. Listen, it's not a fan.
Yeah.
No chance.
No, but it's different when
It's
me and
just
you.
a bloke
different
that-
when me
Nah,
and
but
you have a
apparently it's
conversation
people
that
from
he's not
within.
good.
Apparently it's
Nah,
people
of
within the
course, bro.
Rabbitohs. Apparently it's
you
Rabbitohs
told me
fans
like you
turning on
don't
their
you don't rate
players.
it. You don't rate him
I
as a
said I
player.
don't rate him, but
Yeah.
I don't go and message him and
But
tell
the
him.
people. But
all
what I'm
of
saying
that.
to you, the people that do are transactioners.
Like,
He
come
ruined
on,
one of
bro.
their multis. It's
Alex
very-
Johnson tweeted. He said, "If you're gonna fucking
Exactly,
put out
bro.
money and you can't afford to lose,
Listen,
it,
you want to
can't
do
go-
that stuff,
Yeah,
do
come
it
on,
in your
bro.
own with
Cut
your
the
own
kids some
mindset.
Speaking of
slack, man.
transactions, everyone gamble within your means. It's-
In all honesty,
No, we don't promote gambling at all.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
but for the
these are
people that
top-
do gamble, I agree. I think it's a good topic to touch on. Gamble within your means. You can't get upset, and if you're going to be worried about
Of
losing
course.
the money that you put on, don't put it on in the beginning.
I understand. It's
Set
hard
a
to say.
limit.
They're
It
normal
just
humans,
makes
bro.
sports more interesting
They're
for some
normal humans,
people.
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
correct.
I know.
No, but they're normal humans, bro. You're gonna sit there abuse the guy and whatever. Even like if it happened in the Premier League too, when
Yeah.
that
The boys, Rashford and
yeah, and then
Rashford and Saka.
Even
Yeah.
Saka,
no,
yeah.
even last week when Nunes red carded that guy,
Yeah.
everyone started abusing. Like, come on, bro.
like, you know what? You're allowed to criticize a player for their performance.
Of course.
There is nothing wrong with that. And
But
that's
there's
our
difference.
God
And
given
say-
right as a fan.
Yeah.
But
And you
to
say
go
it
out
to
of your
their
way
face
to
too.
message a person to go, oh, this
Death
guy,
threats.
blah blah blah.
like they
blah.
know, they already know what they did wrong. You don't
Like the
need
guy,
to,
you could see his heart sank, bro. Every time, like you could see he was
Nah, it's
short
not
of
right.
confidence.
It's all right. We're
And
not with
maybe
We're all humans at the end of the
you
day.
look at Dimitri maybe in that situation, like this is in the game situation. You go, bro, take the guy off.
and we've spoken about this
Just for
before.
his own
Mental
mental-
health in sport
Yeah.
as well. Like it's
Like-
that's the biggest
players,
challenge.
coaches,
Yeah.
mate. They've all
They
got
go
fucking
through it,
families
man.
Sports,
and hearts.
man. Sports.
Especially
we watch
considering
it.
what happened 2 weeks ago to Greeny, man. Like fucking, there's no need for it.
Formula One's having a massive campaign advocating
I
for
saw.
drivers on
Yeah.
social
Nice,
media
nice,
as well.
man.
So
That's good. Everyone
yeah,
gets in
it's
touch
really
with them, and that's
important.
good.
Yeah, I think that's a
That'll be a
wrap-up
good
done.
topic to
That's
talk
the
on. If
footy.
people actually like within us, if people actually really care about what people say to them personally on social media, have you ever had anyone really troll you or? Sort
You know
of
what? I got a message. Hey, 2 months ago, from a fake account. I never get, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Who are you? Yeah.
Some bloke on the couch, guys. You know what I mean? Some bloke just said, "You're a fucking dog." I don't know what. Guess what I done? I just liked his message.
Yeah. See, that's like me too.
If I was a Chelsea fan watching this podcast, I'd react the same way.
Yeah. But to be fair, Adam,
Jamal,
like,
Mo and Us, they pumped me, but like, boy, you gotta start talking good about us, guys. Listen,
Do something good.
We'll get into the Premier League.
nah, but to be fair, Adam, like, I understand
this up.
you've got that perspective. Sue's got
Yeah,
that
but people
perspective,
don't.
I've got
No,
that.
people don't.
Not everyone has the mental solitude that you have. So you got to take that into consideration that it's all depends on our upbringings and kind of how we were brought up. Like,
Of course.
I know I was brought up around a family who were kind of very hard. So
Yeah.
I can take
You
a
don't really
lot.
care, yeah,
I can
correct.
take a
Some
lot
people are
because
not
my
like
mum
that.
my mum kind of got that in my head to be mentally strong, be resilient. And some people unfortunately don't have that. So it doesn't mean
So if anyone wants to talk about anything, you know, they're.
Life lesson here: bully your kids.
But we always do this. Last week, if you want to talk about your miss, let us know. This guy's like Saka. We're in shambles over here, bro.
It's good advice, but we're also realists.
Nah, of course, of course.
That's
that. That's wrapped up.
So massive week of Premier League. As I tried to skip over footy before because I'm not a big fan of it. But we had to.
I don't blame you Daddy, if you watch the last
That's a
round.
fucking
shit round.
Do you know what? I just think it's a rubbish sport, but that's for another day.
Yeah.
That's for another day.
You might get Bash walking out of here.
Yeah, that's for another day.
It'll always be.
There's
it'll
a
always,
reason.
It'll always be in my heart.
There's
sorry.
a
It's a
reason why
sport
it's-
you play. It's a sport I played growing up.
yeah.
I could never completely rubbish it.
Nah,
You know what I
I won't
mean?
ever rubbish it.
I
Like,
was,
always
I was a
thought
big
it's-
fan. I was a big fan, but I will slam it.
But
until
now
it
getting
says,
into the EPL, bro,
Yeah.
two
see
different
the
standards
difference.
Cut
of
from
the
a different
games and
Not even EPL, bro. Every single sport out there is. I'd rather watch
Yeah.
any sport than watch.
You know what I
rugby.
look at? And this is the last thing we'll say about this. Fans, bro.
Yeah.
When I say fans, like
The
bro,
reaction.
like NBA, it's going off, bro.
But even European basketball.
Bro, Leeds,
Bro,
like
the
Ellen
blackout
Road
fields,
yesterday.
yeah.
Oh, bro, Ellen
What?
Road was
It was
crazy.
going. St James's Park was the same, bro.
Yeah.
And then Roosters put 173.5 million points on Tigers the other day, and there was 2-3 fans. Come on,
that's
bro.
the word.
Anyway, we
But
don't wanna-
anyway, so the first game that we're going to talk about, Sui had a massive orgasm over Zaha
Jesus.
and his play style. And
Listen.
you know what? Crystal Palace are playing scintillating football.
Listen, shout out to Patrick Vieira.
So what happens? You
Alright.
give a manager time.
Magic.
You give a manager a time. You give
So
him
us
time.
win him.
You give him the flexibility to do what he wants, put in the players he wants. He's got these young boys flying, bro.
Zaha's always been good, even when I wasn't really into EPL. I'd always
Even
heard
at
about
United,
Zaha.
Yeah, but I think he needed the right. I think who was their last coach? Roy Hodgson. Crystal Palace was Roy Hodgson.
Yeah.
I can't.
I mean, like, see, you just needed a refresh, someone to believe in him. Him and Eze link up. Oh, bro, I love
Bro,
to watch
did
it.
you say that?
Liverpool got cooked by
No,
So
but,
we-
that,
whatever,
but
last week.
for the goal.
the third goal.
The third goal, yeah, the link
I
up.
was literally,
Right.
I was sharing the second goal. I was on Instagram and I was like, fuck, Crystal Palace are playing not normal. I look up, what's his name? Scores a banger. I'm like, bro, unbelievable. They're playing good. They're playing some good football, and
They will go far. They're top 10 for sure this season.
I
Top
believe in
10
it, bro.
for sure.
To touch on Sui's point before about managers and whatnot, I've just finished watching All or Nothing.
Well, nothing.
about
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
I gotta watch it.
Managers in EPL are fucking huge.
Yeah.
No, but
in
in-
football in general.
In-
Now, even in F1, bro, like, you know,
The team principles?
I don't know, for me, that interests me more than anything.
Yeah.
Like, when you talk about
The
Pep,
politics,
I
yeah.
like, I
We
love
talk about
se-
Gunther
That's what I love.
and
That's what
Toto.
I love
too.
seeing like Pep walk in and be like, Mane, Salah, very, we have to, and just getting, I
They
love
get
that.
personal. I didn't
I love that
realize
shit.
they're very cutthroat. and it's-
So the one where you're watching All or Nothing, is that Arteta?
Yeah.
But it
last
starts
season.
with a different manager, doesn't it?
No,
No,
this is
it's
Arteta
Arteta.
last season.
So what's the first one that they did All or Nothing Arsenal? Where's that
I
one
don't-
gone? The one with
that's the one.
Emery?
Did
They
they?
did one with
they might
Emery.
have done something with Emery.
I haven't seen that
They
one.
might have. I can't remember. They might have done something with Emery.
Yeah.
This
I don't
one,
know.
this one started with.
What do you think
Uber.
about it?
It was good. I
I
liked it.
haven't watched it yet.
I
but-
personally just liked how much a manager is involved and how much they actually care about the player. And mate, it's
Very different to rugby league.
I rather, like
life,
Sui
it's
said,
their
I
life.
rather listen to the manager than the player's
Of course.
insights. I love knowing where the manager's coming from, his background, who he is, the playing style.
And the best thing about football is managers do a press conference before every single game, and they're forced to answer questions and speak to the media. So you actually get to know a lot about
There's
the
a
manager.
spectacle. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so-
good. I like it.
And
I
even the
really like it.
mentality they have, like the after a game, a manager, like if someone says Pep will just start talking about something completely random, then get memed. They do things
They
to take
take heat,
attention
yeah.
off the players. Klopp saying, "Oh, the pitch was dry," or you know what I mean. Klopp
But
always has an excuse. You know what I mean. I wanted to talk about this. It always has an excuse. You know what I mean. But I realized, bro, Like, I get what they do.
You protect your kids,
You
He's
bro.
protect the
taking his
players.
heat off his
I'm
players.
not,
Kids, bro.
I'm not just bigging up Klopp. I'm talking about every manager.
Every manager does this.
Every
yeah.
manager. I love it.
There's one game where Arsenal got whopped, and Arteta's like to the team, "Don't worry, you guys stay in here. I'm gonna go face the media."
Yeah.
As if
in
that
all
is-
or nothing.
As if, yeah,
HK moment.
as if that doesn't just make you want to just stand up behind your manager
And
and
you wanna
back him
fight
and-
for
and
him.
die on the pitch for
Yeah.
him. Correct.
That's what they did
Yeah.
for Ferguson. That's what they do for all these managers they love, bro. Like, you want to get out and do everything for them.
Like
That's
the
what,
one thing
that's
you
what I
hear
love
him
about
say, a lot of these players will say, "It was like my second. It was my second.
it. My second dad.
It was my second dad."
Even the Ronaldo thing when his
Yeah.
dad was in hospital.
Yeah.
Ferguson, just go.
You guys go,
Fuck
bro.
football, bro.
That's what I'm saying. They're very,
It's
very,
beautiful, yeah. It's very fun to see.
involved.
Father, they're fatherly figures almost
Yeah.
as well. Like I don't know if you guys have seen the All or Nothing Spurs as well.
I started watching it.
So there's
I
actually
love that one. Hey,
there's a
Mourinho's the best.
Mourinho is the pinnacle of football.
Dele?
Like, he's the pinnacle. That's what I was going to talk about. His speech to Dele Alli to actually make him realize his full potential was an amazing speech. Too
And now
bad Dele Alli did nothing with
It
it.
fell on
Fruition
deaf
now.
ears.
It fell on deaf ears. A fuck.
Because he doesn't
Anyway,
care.
I
He's
don't
winning a
wanna
lot.
swear.
He's got, what's her name? Is his, bro? He's
No,
got,
he doesn't. They broke up.
Who?
Wasn't it with
Pep's-
Mourinho's daughter?
What about
as
Pep's
well?
Pep's
daughter?
daughter. He's with Pep's
Pep's.
daughter.
He's with that Cindy. What's her name? She's a rocket, man.
She's a rocket.
She's
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
proper-
Send it.
Come
But
on,
he's
lad.
getting deported to Turkey now. They're
Because
sending him to
I
Besiktas.
saw that, yeah.
Like, come on, man. You're like, what, 28, 29? You had the world underneath your feet. And
Was he that good in his prime?
Bro, when
Bro,
he was
at
young.
21, bro, there's a season he had. He was doing things.
That one goal season. I know which
where
one.
he was doing things. You go, Delhi.
The season where Leicester finished second. Yeah.
You're Delhi. You're how? And then you just see him now. You're like, how did that happen? And that's why I look
Wasted
at Rashford and I
potential.
His
worry
head's
about him.
probably
bro.
not in it, eh?
He got his payday. I guess he got comfortable and just...
That's the
Yeah.
self.
Will he ever get back to that?
Nah,
Probably
it's
not.
no
done, bro.
chance. Nah. Some players like a Balotelli situation where it's a player with great potential but just never fulfills it. They end up just fading away and
I
playing
want to teach you
mediocre.
something about this place. Whenever you say something, the opposite happens, bro. It's
Nah,
fucking-
not really, bro.
Nah, Delhi,
100%.
Delhi, I'll put my life savings. on
Yeah,
it,
bro.
The
Do you,
guy's done.
honestly, Suey, do you see Delhi
Nah,
turning
nah,
his
nah,
career
nah.
around?
I just want to give people a little insight on the culture. What happens here, bro?
Nah, bro. We said Arsenal were gonna have a good season. It's happening.
Nah, not everything, but a lot of things.
A
you know
lot of
what I mean?
things. Yeah.
Ask the boys, ask Rusty and that. They'll tell you.
Do you know what? That bet I put on with Rusty, I'm kind of getting nervous about it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
why?
But we'll talk
What
about
happened,
it later.
bro?
We'll talk about it later.
Oh,
Hey, we
nah,
got football to get back
On
to.
Arsenal, you just touch on Arsenal. Let's touch on
Yeah,
Arsenal.
so
and
let's
their
get into
game.
Arsenal. So you've been watching All or Nothing. What do you think of what a game? on the
Mate,
weekend.
Arsenal. Again, I think
I knew they were going to win.
The
but-
bandwagon with Jesus, Jesus Christ,
Mate.
he is playing out of this world,
This
out of this world. Odegaard stepping up as captain.
Captain.
Saliba's goal.
What a goal!
Hey.
I asked this question today, and it's probably like let's
That was
forget about.
Zinchenko's reaction to the goal. Was yeah.
Let's forget about like say David Luiz.
He done
and
what Sterling does to Pep and Tuchel. He got him on the knees.
Yeah, go on, Adam.
Forget about like Sergio Ramos and Luiz. Which centre backs can kick goals like that? Who? That's what
Company.
you
Vincent
think-
Company.
Like, tell me about centre backs that can just hit him. Like I know all professional footballers can sort of hit him, but like that was.
If you want to talk about centre back burying a goal, it's Vincent Company.
but,
against
they
Leicester
can
City.
always bury goals.
No.
Who can always?
Do you
like,
think?
I know-
Do you think Saliba can always
No,
do that?
no. That's what I'm saying. Nah. That's
look,
what I'm asking.
David Luiz is the only one that comes
David
to
Luiz
mind.
was fucking elite at that.
He
bro.
was elite.
What
David-
about Ramos? One of my mates was saying Ramos.
Ramos was really good at scoring, but set piece and
set
set
piece
pieces
and
mainly.
penalties.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
good at penalties.
Very good at penalties.
I
very
said
good
the
at
other day
set
he should take
pieces.
PSG's penalties.
He should.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The whole little saga should just go to the side. Messi, Neymar.
Yeah, but when
Mbappe
you've got
just
Messi, Neymar, you can't give it.
Nah,
to
move,
Ramos.
bro.
So who's gonna bridge up to Ramos out of the
Yeah,
worst?
that's true. Nah,
He'll
but
two for him.
Van Dijk's pretty good, but more so from corners and headers.
Van
Van-
Dijk can take free kicks, you know that.
Because Van Dijk's
Oh, do you know
diagonal
what?
balls
Trent,
are
Trent is probably one
unbelievable.
of the best players on a free kick, and he's a right back.
There you go.
Even
but-
his long distance shots.
No,
as
Yeah.
well,
but with centre backs, with Van Dijk's diagonal balls, bro, he unbelievable. That's one
Do you
of
know
his
one
biggest.
thing? One thing I want to raise: Rodri can play centre back, and if he like,
Yeah, of course.
and he can
Fabinho,
hit
if
them.
Fabinho done it, I think Rodri can.
And he can hit
Hit 'em.
them. He
There you
like
go.
he's scored. I think he had 11 goals last season, 10 from outside the box.
Because
Wow.
Rodri, Rod.
Yeah.
You remember that goal? Oh, bro, I got
Which one, bro? Which one?
Nah, the one where the one we spoke about a lot. Anyway, we'll bring it up. somewhere.
Anyway, so the Arsenal game, fantastic performance.
I want to hear
Yeah.
your guys' thoughts about
I
Arsenal.
like the
I
chance-
still
I love
think they're
Arsenal.
not pretenders. I'm still not 1,000% convinced.
that's good to be like that.
That's
because
no. I'm not.
As an
No, no.
Arsenal fan,
Yeah,
you
I'm
should
not-
be like
man, it's
that.
good to
I'm
be
not,
like that.
I'm
It's
not
good to be like that.
1,000% convinced. Like they're going great, 3 games on the trot and whatnot. But I don't think. Are you guys convinced?
I'm very convinced.
I'm not.
Nah? Why?
I'm not. I'm convinced that they'll make the 4 easily.
Yeah.
Nah.
To beat title and that's completely out of. I don't know. Maybe I might be wrong.
They're first right now, bro.
No. Listen,
Now.
I might be wrong, bro. Listen, you don't win the league in
Yeah.
match
You
week
can't
3.
lose. You can't
They're
win the league.
paper
in-
thin. I think they'll.
No, but let's say
The World Cup will
Listen,
play a big part.
let's
in
say
it.
when Europa League starts. Let's say when a lot of when
Carabao
there
Cup
is
starts.
when there's
When
pressure on
FA Cup
Arteta.
kicks in.
when the
when you
fixtures
have-
start stacking up.
So they
yeah.
need to take as many points right now as they can. They need to.
Very
but it's not
important
that,
to take
because now
many
Arteta
points.
has to think about, fuck man, I can win a trophy.
You can't play your best 11 every game. Is what
Yeah.
we're trying to say.
That's what I'm trying to say. So
Hey.
if with them knowing that's going to happen, they've got to just take every
not that-
game
so-
and take all the points.
So
they can,
before
sort
you
of thing.
came here, I was talking to Mems, and I was saying to Mems,
That's
look,
me.
and I was saying to Mems, you can't at this stage of the season where you are on the table. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You just need to be within touching distance. You can't be 10, 15 points
That's right.
of the boys at the top. But if you're like 2 to 5 points in there,
Perfect.
just chill there. It's all right. Just win your games, do your thing. It's when after Christmas when the season really starts.
Silly
Don't,
season.
don't forget the World Cup
That's-
is delaying everything. By
Silly
a month as
season.
well.
That's when you can start judging a team because it's very easy to start well and have that momentum. But all it takes is 1 or 2 losses.
But would you rather be first or sixth before Christmas?
No, obviously
what
you'd
I-
rather be
first
first.
always.
I'll just rather be within touching distance, man.
Okay.
Like, if you couldn't be
I can
first.
say that because I've seen my team win leagues before, and I just feel it's much easier to be chasing than to be leading.
Of course. Like City last year, they almost
They weren't. They were.
How you get
They were
comfortable at
third.
the
They were
top.
third.
No,
No,
if
but
you're
they were
chasing,
third
you've got
before
more pressure to
Christmas.
no, but I'm
continually
talking
play.
about I'm talking about when they were 12 points.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
they were third before Christmas. They went on a mad unbeaten run and ended up like 13
No, but
points
how
ahead.
how the hell did it go to the last day? You know what I mean? That's
Liverpool.
You get complacent.
But
That's
City
what it
could have
is.
wrapped it up, but they didn't. Yeah.
that Crystal Palace game, that draw they had.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that go into it. There's a
'Cause
lot
I think
of
you called. I think City there was a point. I don't know if it was us that called 8 points or you called 8 points. One of the
Someone
ways around.
caught 8 points.
Yeah, between us two, and
Yeah.
it was just like the league was comfortable, and he just went 8 points got dropped like that. So it's just about building momentum going into the
Actually,
running.
don't make them. Yeah, don't let the people ahead
Just
of you
don't
get
let
too
the
far
pack
ahead.
that's
of
run
why
you.
away.
last that's why last year a lot of people praised Liverpool the season they had because they went for everything and they were in everything.
And they
It's
they
fucking
gave
hard.
City. Chelsea were meant to give City a run for their money. They dropped off very early.
We'll talk about Chelsea soon.
Yeah, and
What a
Liverpool.
Unbelievable.
Liverpool
But I
kept
couldn't
them going.
Talk about the joke of the club now.
Now,
Yeah, talk-
one thing I want to talk about
The Arsenal game, yeah.
the Saliba chant. I like it, bro. We're gonna probably clip it up and we'll put it in. I don't know how it goes, but Ian Wright. I watched the video of Ian Wright yesterday, and I was like, bro, I love this shit, man. yeah, but yeah, man.
They love Saliba, which is good. We haven't had a
Yeah,
good
he had a good
defensive-
loan season
Well, we
last year,
haven't
man.
had a good a good sort of.
I think-
pairing
I
of
You haven't had a
centre-backs
good
for
anything
while.
in a
Look,
while.
I
But
think
especially defense.
Adam,
Yeah.
if you want to know where your team's at, I think these next sort of 4 weeks would be a good indication. You've got a couple of good fixtures coming through. Like, I know for me personally, United, I know we haven't started well, but I'm going to gauge our season off tomorrow. What happens tomorrow? We've got Leicester, we've got Arsenal as
I'm
well. in the
nervous
next
as
3
fuck
weeks.
for tomorrow.
We'll
bro.
talk
So
about it.
that's
we'll
when
talk
I want to start gauging the team because you want to gauge yourself against the
Better teams.
the teams who you're trying to compete with is who you want to gauge
The
yourself. So
mentality ones.
I guess there's an expectation for you to be winning these games.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
As a fan, be happy that you're doing that, but you can't really assess where the team's at till
Yeah,
you start
correct.
first
Just
versus
one,
those big boys.
one thing I want to bring up as well. I'm going to be watching Arsenal versus Man City live, and I can't wait. That's going to be an
Wow.
experience at the Emirates too. That's in a few weeks' time.
Put me in your suitcase.
When do you
So,
leave?
I leave on the 12th of October.
How much is your carry on? Like
30 kilos, bro. You'll be
93
fine.
kilos?
I'm
Nah,
saying-
So how are you watching in 2 weeks?
Fit a
When
quick
it's
little
live?
70
No,
there?
no, it's in a few weeks. That's what I'm saying.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's in a few weeks. So right, I think the day I
5
land,
weeks.
the day I
5 weeks.
land,
5 weeks.
something like that. Yeah. Next game, Chelsea fans. What do you have to say for
Listen,
yourself?
I'm gonna.
Fabsy.
Shout out your boys. Shout them out.
What do you have to say for yourselves?
My mate Jamal just came back from Lebanon today. He goes, bro, I got 2 things I fucking hate. I just came back from Lebanon. I'm spewing, and I have to watch Chelsea. I'm like, bro, listen.
What happened?
Ah, man, look.
Because I was watching the first half.
I
I
was
looked
gonna
away
write
and
a-
I looked back.
That
I
is
was 2-0.
stadium atmosphere getting to the players.
Ellen Road is
Oh,
incredible,
That is
man.
stadium atmosphere.
First of all, before anything, shout out to Leeds. I've always loved Leeds.
Yeah.
Your second club.
Fuck Leeds.
I don't have a second club.
Fuck
alright?
Leeds.
Nah, you hate Leeds.
Yeah, as a United
Fuck
fan,
Leeds.
and
As a
me as
United
a Galatasaray fan, I have to hate Leeds too. Fuck Leeds.
Listen,
Leeds.
I love the atmosphere. I love what the coach is doing. Everyone.
Hey, how good are his celebrations, but he's making
no, but he done it. He
Who's
done it
the
on
manager?
purpose.
Hey, bro,
Who's
that's
the
a-
manager?
So
of
he's
Leeds?
an
He's
American,
an American
guy.
guy. And when he first came, he done like a, what did he do? Like a team huddle or something?
Yeah,
Some
it was like a
American
very
kind
American
of vibe
thing.
thing. And all the pundits are like, what's he doing? This guy, what's he?
He's literally a real life Ted Lasso. A real life Ted Lasso. Have you ever watched that? Anyone watched that?
And he's
last
doing
night?
he's
Oh,
doing
I know who he is.
He's
Yeah.
doing an amazing job, bro. So shout out to Leeds. They played fucking unbelievable, bro.
What's his name? The manager?
Jesse
Marsh. For a
Jesse
guy, yeah,
Marsh.
he calls it soccer, and he is showing these people how it's done. So
Fucking embarrassing
Big
to
ups.
Gerrard and Lampard, bro, as well.
we'll get into Gerrard and Lampard, but
They're done. We're not talking about them. But Chelsea without
3-0.
Chelsea without Kante are a different team, bro.
Sterling did not play well. I don't
Wasn't it
think.
3-1 or was it 3-0?
3-0.
3-0. And Sterling had a shocker of a game. Like, I know he put a chance away, but he was
He missed that
offside.
sitter, yeah.
He missed that, bro. And
Listen, I had a
that's what
Chel-
I'm saying. The Chelsea effect, the Sterling effect, like, he will miss those constantly.
We talked about it last week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. He will miss those all the time. He'll bury one or two here and there, but I think if you give him 10 passes like that,
How does he run like that?
the T-Rex, if you give him 10 passes, he probably buries 3 of them. His finishing's always been so...
I had one of my Chelsea mates, Mo Noose, he told me, bro, that Havertz is a championship striker max.
But Havertz should be playing 10 men.
Havertz is not. Yeah, that's what I
Havertz
mean.
should,
We're
Havertz
playing
should
10.
be in the Bundesliga.
And Loftus-Cheek shouldn't be playing right wing back. Reece
Loftus-Cheek,
James should be there.
you stick Loftus-Cheek in the middle of the park. You stick Havertz as a 10. Stop playing this fucking bullshit 3-5-2.
Fuck, I hate that
You're trying to fit players into positions so they don't play.
And without
Just go
Kante, that whole system's out the
exactly.
window.
Go play a back 4. Put
Gallagher had a
Put
shocker.
Gallagher in there.
No, I think
put
Gallagher
Loftus-Cheek.
He won't
Put
shine
Ma-
there, bro.
Huh?
I don't.
Not in that system. Not in that system.
Not in that
Yeah,
system.
maybe later if they
Because
change.
he's
Red
just
card
trying to
didn't
put
help
players.
either.
Yeah. Nah, it came late, but. the
No,
red
but
card.
Yeah, I'm saying it didn't
what did I
help.
say to you? I said
Oh,
to
you
my
said
voice,
someone. Yeah, he
bro,
said
in the
someone was
first
gonna lose.
15 minutes, they're getting a red card and it's gonna be Koulibaly.
Yeah, because
He
they were
was-
losing
he
their
was-
heads.
He
Yeah.
he lost
He
his
got
head.
turned, bro.
Yeah,
And you know,
looks-
and that's
he's
another
slow.
big thing that atmosphere does to you is it changes your gameplay.
Of course.
It changes the way you play.
But look, if they don't get a striker, then I'll have to stick to what I first said about.
They
them
need a
making four.
midfielder, bro.
Who
Someone
are
creative.
they trying to sign?
I
Is
think
anyone
they're
signed?
gonna get
De
De
Jong
Jong and Aubameyang. I
Aubameyang.
think they're gonna do it, bro. If United don't get De Jong,
Bro, if they sign De Jong and Aubameyang, that's the busiest, most useless transfer window by a club in history.
you reckon?
Bro,
Nah.
they signed, what, 300 mil? Oh, barring that club.
We'll get into my club. Don't
barring
worry.
that club. But I think they had the most, they were busy idiots in the transfer window. Like, they signed a
They got
bunch of...
stuffed by fucking Barca, bro, in the transfer window.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
But they signed Cucurella for big money. They signed...
They paid way overs for Cucurella.
even
way
Man City,
overs.
oil money didn't want to pay for
They
that.
paid way overs.
Oil money said, nah, too expensive.
Yeah.
But
Cucurella is gone,
but they had a
It's
very...
gone, but they paid overs. You
It's a
can't
very
deny
busy,
that.
It's a
what they
very
pay
busy.
60?
63.
Something like that,
Fuck
bro.
me dead. Robertson was 7
Yeah,
million.
and do you know what's
seasons ago.
funny? Brighton said that Brighton asked for 50 mil from Man City, but agreed to 63 from Chelsea, which doesn't make sense to me.
Take the piece, bro.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? Of course you're gonna take it.
it's
Yeah,
like
Brighton.
Chelsea went, they want 50.
Also, Brighton shocked
Give him
me.
You know, they just
63.
got in with 5, bro. Like, you don't go on auction and you hear 1 mil, you go 1.5.
What did Wenger used to do?
We got $1 over asking. $1 over.
What an
What
OG.
I say, yeah.
What an OG, brother. Straight
No,
out.
that was out of spite. He did that out of spite.
But he used to just always want to develop his own players. He used to
Good
hate
on him.
buying
I
players.
love that.
Yeah,
I love
me
that
too.
shit, bro.
So Chelsea had a shocker. I don't know what happened there, but they need to address a lot of things.
Mendy had a howler. We didn't talk about Mendy.
Yeah, Mendy's howler as
Mendy had
well.
a fucking howler.
I feel
Listen,
bad for him, man. I feel bad for
I love
goalkeepers.
Mendy, bro. Straight out. And everyone was writing, like, the Chelsea boys were like, fuck him. I was like, bro, without him, I don't know.
Kepa is not
Without
Premier League
Mendy,
quality.
remember Mendy's saves in the FA Cup, both games. He was unbelievable. Liverpool couldn't score a goal against them
Yeah.
because of Mendy, not because of the team played well, because of fucking Mendy.
That breakout season where he took over Kepa's role as well.
Unbelievable,
was
bro. And
No
But-
offense to keepers. Fuck me. Why are you playing with the ball
the
card?
hardest
You're
job.
not Edison.
I think it's the hardest job on
you know
the
when
field.
Ellison does that, I throw shit at my TV.
I
Don't do
fucking
that.
hate it. Yeah, bro. What?
Edison's the only one that can do that, and I can say, no, it's fine.
He
Nothing's gonna
fucks.
happen.
He's fucked up sometimes.
But never
But
resulted in a
it's-
goal.
Yeah, it's.
He's never fucked up and resulted in a goal. But
You know
Why
what?
don't he just belt it?
It's
Like-
indecisiveness.
Yeah,
It's,
correct.
Yeah.
He took his first touch and he
Second-guessing
went,
yourself.
oh, I got time, and he saw it coming. He's like, shit, I don't know.
Stefan.
And the person's there. He goes, oh, do I turn him? Do I cut him? He's just
It's too
he-
quick.
He
It's
didn't
all
know
in the
what he
moment.
was doing. It's
Yeah.
like when you're a kid when you're playing soccer. One of the first things you get told is before you receive the ball and take your
You have
touch,
to
know where the ball's going.
Yeah.
Like it just goes back to
Yeah.
basic principles. It's indecisiveness.
like you
That's
said, that happen a lot. So it gives a goalkeeper like Edison a lot more credit because that's hard to do, to manage playing with your feet and
Edison's
with
the
your
king
hands.
of it.
Edison is the king
Edison's
of it.
a
Yeah.
manuke. Like he's just
Yeah.
a.
He-
Remember
he's
the one he
pinged.
did on the line last year?
Yeah,
And
against
then
Liverpool.
And then the week
Yeah.
after, Stefan tried to say,
Stefan tried to do the same thing.
Jota was it Jota?
yeah.
It was Jota and it was Mane the week after.
Mane got him back.
Yeah, no, Edison is the king of
I miss
the ball
Mane.
at his feet as a goalkeeper. He can play outfield. I will comfortably say that he
He
can play
always tells me he
outfield.
should play as a 6. Wallah.
Yeah, he can
Nah,
play.
he did chop someone,
he
bro.
started his career as a
Got that
left
look
back.
in his eye, bro.
Oh, what?
He started his career as a left back and then moved to goalkeeping. when he was
I
about
never
17.
wonder how do you become a goalie. It's so weird. weird, eh?
They're
It's-
a little bit going up.
It's the hardest position on the field, but
We lost
Oh,
all our
yeah.
goalie boys now.
they'll agree with me. To be a goal, you got to be a little bit.
I've got a friend who's a goalkeeper at Western Sydney Wanderers, and he struggles all the time, saying, you know, it's mentally the most exhausting
Yeah.
job on the
Because your
field.
body's soft at the it's hard.
Yeah,
bro.
and most
You
of the time
can
you can't
switch
do
off.
anything about
Yeah.
it.
Can't
Like,
do anything about it.
you
Yeah.
can't talk as well. Like
No, you have to talk. Like they're the most vocal.
No, but I'm saying like
Ah.
you know when you're next to like I'm mean
Yeah.
we're
It's
playing
lonely, it's
we're playing like
lonely.
a centimeter
Lonely.
bro and we're like yeah what are you doing yeah.
the most important thing about from a keeper is communication. That's like they have to communicate to every
I know,
player.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
But yeah, in terms of pressure, it's the hardest job on the field.
That was
Like, you
unbelievable, bro. I could not believe. I didn't see it coming. You said you seen it coming. Did you see that 3-0 happening?
Nah.
I didn't say it 3-0, but I did say Leeds giving him a tough time.
Yeah, of course, but not
surprised Leeds
3-0,
gave him a
bro.
tough
Fuck
time.
me.
Yeah.
Didn't
Spe-
Leeds lose their first 2 games or no?
No, they lost the first one. Oh, they won the first one and
No, they're under. I think they're under. I think 2 draws and a win.
Third, bro. I think they're on 7
Yeah,
points.
2 draws and a win. They
There you
got.
go.
Yeah, they're undefeated.
crazy.
City,
Newcastle, man.
Speaking of undefeated, City thankfully maintained their undefeated run, but almost let it
Hey,
slip.
shout out to that boy.
Sam
That
Maximan,
baller.
bro.
Same Maximan.
I know it.
Ah,
He's a baller, man. He's a
it's
baller.
so
Hey,
fun to watch.
Listen, when
So,
when Trent gets cooked, I don't fucking hear the end of it, bro. Kyle Walker got fucking cooked.
Hey, but
yesterday.
look who he got cooked by.
Oh my god!
Look who he got
relax.
cooked
Why are
by.
we getting defensive? Cuz listen, I love Walker. You know I love Walker, bro. But let me have my little moment, cuz
Yeah, I don't know why you always
my
talk
little
about
revenge.
Trent. Fuck
Nah.
Trent.
Everyone talks about Trent.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Every
talking
Liverpool
about.
player loves
Nah.
Trent Arnold, eh?
Yeah,
Fuck.
fucking
Every
love him,
Liverpool
bro.
fan, they love him.
Unbelievable.
He's homebred. Like, it's
Unbelievable.
inbred.
No. Listen, Kyle Walker's how is he a bit older now,
He's
bro?
32, 33.
Yeah, fucking Maximum fucking was pace, bro.
Yeah.
Maximum will rip anyone, I reckon. Any right back, straight
And
out.
Do you know what? For City to turn
Except
it around,
Ramos.
going down 3-1.
Listen, let's not give. Let's talk about why what happened. Let's talk about St.
Yeah,
James.
let's talk about how I got to 3-1 in
St.
the first
James.
place.
Wow.
St. James was unbelievable.
He's in the
yesterday,
right
bro.
spot, the right time.
He
His
was-
first goal, right. The second one,
Maximan?
he sort of, yeah, no.
Oh, Almiron.
Hey, how about
James,
you remember
James.
Grealish and
Take him off. He's playing like
Almiron
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Almiron, bro. Almiron had a blinder.
Yeah, he did. He had a
You can't
blinder.
talk about like you never talk. You never talk about another player.
Look, yeah, Newcastle used that momentum and they got 3-1 up. City did fucking. I mean, it's what you expected.
I think
from it.
Jesus and Sterling. I don't know, man.
Nah, look, you got to give him time. You
not
got to give
that.
him time to adjust to having Haaland there.
Foden
But
as well.
I've got a bone to pick with Foden. I was talking about this before.
Foden, bro.
Foden is getting on my nerves. As a City fan, he's the golden boy. He's the homegrown talent. But he's getting on my nerves because he's not living up to his expectations. He doesn't have a big impact on the team anymore.
Well, that's what happens when
When you're looking for someone with a big impact, you look at Gundogan, you look at De Bruyne. We look
fucking
at
I love shout out to
I love
Gundogan, bro.
Gundogan.
Gundogan
Oh,
is such a
Fuck me, dude.
classy footballer.
That first goal, right place, right
how
time.
good. It just held
Onside.
it, bang.
Bro,
composed.
he's on 3 goals this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, he's
Or two.
unbelievable.
Like for a midfielder for his age.
And he
that's
doesn't even.
unbelievable.
No, he's playing every game now, right? Is he starting every
He's,
game?
nah, he
Nah,
didn't.
you never really know
He didn't
Pep
start.
anyway.
I think he started. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember. I
He's the
was very-
captain, yeah.
He's a co-captain. Oh, he's the main captain. So we have like a captaincy line that it goes through. But yeah, Foden needs to learn to square the ball. He actually had a chance to square the ball to Haaland, and he didn't
He
do
just
it.
didn't, yeah.
And he didn't do it. I don't know if you boys saw it. He just
Maybe it's
didn't do
ego
it.
Is
clashing.
that when
Maybe.
Haaland was sort of putting his hands up in the air?
Yeah, like he had the perfect opportunity
Pass
to
the
set
fucking
Haaland up for a
ball.
goal, and he went greedy and he missed.
I think
And
Haaland would have been on like 6 goals now if Foden passed the ball to him. Well,
Yeah, I hope Pep addresses that soon because
I think it will.
it's brewing a big problem. It's
Who would you play
He's
instead
young,
of him
bro.
there?
Jack Grealish.
Grealish, bro. He didn't play
Grealish.
yesterday. Did he play yesterday? Did
No,
he
he
bring him on?
didn't.
But
Ja-
he's young too, Foden. So like maybe the
I get
ego,
it. You got to address it, but
But it's
something's
Erling
gotta
Haaland,
happen.
cuz it's not a. This is your main man now.
it's our
Passing the bloody
it's
ball,
our
mate.
flagship
Oh,
player.
can we talk about Kevin De Bruyne?
Oh,
What a ball. What a fucking ball. That ball was
Surgical.
insane.
Cause I
Surgical.
keep saying this. I fucking adore him. Cause who says that shit?
Yeah.
He's the. Do you know what? For me, I never was on board when you guys said he's the best. Ah,
Hold it from the bottom,
come on,
cuz
bro.
put it next to you.
We need to put fucking padding on these jars. Honestly,
I knew that was going to happen as well.
Yeah.
Whenever people mention him in the GOAT debates, I'm never really on board with it. I'm slowly kind of changing my opinion, and I think
Goat's a stretch.
GOAT midfielder
There's so
of
many
the
da-
Premier League.
Hey, there's
Yeah,
so
Goat's
many.
a
There's,
stretch,
hey,
bro.
there's so many.
Who would you put
Bro,
before him
you
and
can't,
why?
You can't disrespect some of the names that
Who?
have come through, bro. Like
Name one.
your Vieiras, your Keanes, bro.
Okay, but
You
these are
can't-
generational players. They have not done what De Bruyne is doing now.
What do you
Nowhere
mean?
near.
Man, bro, De Bruyne
Come
has a
on, bro.
fucking nice team to surgical play around with.
Yeah.
I'm not
Bro,
guessing. I'm
your
not,
Lampards, your fucking Scholes, your
Okay, but did
Gerrards.
you ever see
Steven
them
Gerrards.
putting on clinics like De Bruyne is doing week in, week out?
I was going to like clinic after clinic.
clinic after clinic, and pass that just makes you go, how?
It's easy to do
No,
that
no,
when you're
how?
fucking
No,
at
no, no.
97%
I get that. Look, I'm not trying to
No,
shit.
I love
I'm
Kevin
not.
De Bruyne.
I'm not trying
Yeah.
to shit on De Bruyne, but I'm
Yeah.
saying to put him. You can put him in the conversation, but you can't say he's a goat.
It's very hard. It's very hard.
I'm,
Very hard.
like
There
I
is
said,
a-
I was never on board with
we
it, but now
we
I
still
am
haven't-
leaning.
You know how much I
towards
love
it.
it. You know how much I love.
But I was never on board with it. I was just like you, but now I'm kind of
Mems,
leaning towards it.
You put an Arsenal fan, a Liverpool fan, a United fan, a City fan, a fucking Palace fan, or someone else, and ask him to do who's the best midfielder. You'd be here for 3 hours.
Everyone's got to go.
Of course
yeah.
you'd be
You'd
here for 3
for
hours.
3 hours because there are so many names we've got to go through.
I'd love to have this conversation when Kevin De Bruyne retires.
When he retires, we'll come. Let's
Yeah.
have the conversation.
Nah,
Do you-
No,
How old
and-
is he?
and I'm
How
not-
old is he?
33, 34?
No, he's 30. He's 30.
Oh, he's 30. Yeah, he's fresh 30. Very
30,
low
first
30s.
30.
So he's still got a couple of years in him.
He's got,
Got
he,
4 to
he-
5, man.
he can do this for a long time. Like,
Just move deeper. He can play deeper. and just
Especially
do that
his
stuff.
his style of play. He'll play that, like you said, that deep row. And
that they probably just ping
he'll just
balls.
pick out teams,
Yeah,
bro.
just
He'll
ping
just,
balls.
you know what? Who's there? Mahrez. See you later.
The stats that he can accomplish from now till when he retires, I think
Unbelievable.
he'll be solid in that
And
goal.
will he always stay at City?
I like to think he just signed a 5-year extension recently.
I told him if he comes to Liverpool when he's 40 years old, I'll be so happy.
Wow.
That's just a player that, like, no matter how old he is, you won't say no to
I
having
love
him in your
Kevin
team.
De Bruyne, but that pass was unbelievable. And listen, if you want to get into football, I always tell you just watch Kevin De Bruyne. He's unfucking
That is so hard to do what he did, man.
Oh,
bro.
to see it
And
then
to
to
nutmeg, did he
execute.
nutmeg?
it went through legs.
Execute as
It went
well.
through
It's
legs.
just it's so hard to do.
The
what
balls,
he
the
He
confidence.
just threw the ball there, said,
You're
go get
losing.
it.
You're losing 3-2. Like you don't want to drop points in
Yeah,
that
no,
City. Your whole team is
absolutely.
literally like that. You fuck that pass up. You got to play
And
Kyle
the-
Walker has legs, bro.
And when he played the ball through, you saw all the Newcastle players dispersed to the left or right because
Yeah,
they were looking.
and you just
And
saw.
that-
Because of
Bernardo
the
run.
dummy. It was because
Hey.
of the dummy because he faced his
Silva's
body.
a gun.
Don't sleep on that Bernardo
Oh,
Silva
fuck,
run.
I am
love him.
so happy he's not leaving. So
Yeah.
Man City officially stopped
saw that,
listening.
yeah.
Officially stopped listening to offers.
I don't think he's happy, but I think he really.
I
wants
think
to go.
he'll leave next year.
I think he really wants.
Where
to
does he
go.
want to be?
But because they
Closer
lost
to
Sterling
home.
and Jesus, he's like, I can't. You can't.
Yeah,
you can't
I think he
He
wants to be
wants to go to
closer.
Barca.
He wants to be closer to Portugal to his family and I think he wants to be in the Mediterranean sun. He's probably sick of the British weather.
Bro,
If I'm being honest
the
with you, I
rain
don't
or
blame
the
him.
sun.
It's been hot there though.
Yeah,
Mamacitas or
The mamacitas or the chavvy fucking the London look with the big teeth.
The Geordie Shore bitches.
Yeah, like
you know.
coming out.
Take me to Mama Sitta's.
Yeah, like do you want the mamacitas or do you want meatball Molly McCann in front of you?
That, bro. But it was a good week, man. We got,
Good game 3-3, but I want to talk about the game tomorrow morning, boys.
I really don't want to talk about it, wallah.
We've got
But
two
we have
nervous
to.
wrecks in front of
I'm
us.
not nervous.
He's not
bro.
nervous. I'm nervous,
Bro,
bro.
I'm chilling.
Why?
There's no expectation on us.
Yeah, that's the best thing about
That's
being
true.
a United
Like-
fan right now tomorrow.
What if we go into that game? It's literally everyone's looking at us. How many are we gonna cop?
Yeah.
It's not a matter of
So if you win, it's a big win. Even if you draw, I think it's a win.
bro. If you gave me a point right now, I'd take it and move on to Southampton. This game for me, this game, the only thing I want to see from United is I want to see certain players dropped, and I just want to see us actually try to.
So
play
who would you start in the midfield? Casemiro is not available
Okay,
yet.
so I'll
Is
give
he
you-
available or not?
No,
No.
he's not.
He
For
just signed
Southampton,
us.
Southampton wasn't
Yeah.
registered in time. So
Yeah.
Visa is
I'll
visa.
give you my full 11. So my full 11 for that game would be De Gea. You'd go Delay on the right, Varane, play Martinez, play Malacia. In the middle of the park, I'd play Fred and Donny. Play Ericsson in front of him. And then on the left, I'd play, if Martial's fit, I'd play Martial.
Is he fit? Is he even close to me?
He started training, but I don't think he'll be ready to start. So Rashford will probably have to come in.
Left wing.
But I'd play Martial left wing if I could. Ronnie and Sancho on the right.
So you'd start Ronaldo?
Yeah,
Of course. What the fuck?
We've got no other strikers.
I don't know. I think he's having a bit of beef with Ten Hag.
Nah, that's all media talk for me.
That's
That's
normal.
how I see it. The
Yeah.
manager's come out like 10 times this preseason and the start of the
back
season
there.
saying the guy's staying. He doesn't want to leave. And it's like, do I believe what the manager's saying or do I believe what the press is saying?
Nah, I don't
Like
think
there's an element of
He's not
truth.
leaving. I'm
I-
not saying
I
he's
don't- I don't
leaving.
No, I know he's not leaving it, but I think there's an element of truth to both sides. But it's like I'll take the manager's
I just
word
want
over
this
the
transfer
press.
window to shut, man. I just want it to
How
shut.
long
you
left?
do.
A week, yeah.
A week. Next
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday,
We still
yeah.
haven't signed the midfielder. Edip Hazard.
I mean, so what do you think of the Casemiro signing? Do you think it was the right move?
Okay, bro. So I think it was a panic buy. Don't get me wrong. It was a panic buy, but it's the right sort of midfielder we needed.
Perfect.
Like I was saying,
Perfect,
I
yeah.
was saying to you,
It
boys.
was what you were asking
Experience.
Yeah, you've heard me kick off about the ownership of our club. It doesn't make sense. Like they do this, they do that. But like it's like what I said to you before the show
Literally.
started, right? We had 120 million pounds. That was our budget for this transfer window.
How much
right?
have you spent so far?
We've spent about 120 now, right? we're going to reportedly spend 300 million. So for me, my understanding, I don't know where the money came from. Like, explain that to me. Like, did we go under the mattress and go, bro, there's 180 million. Let's go buy some players. Like, we're going to play over the odds for certain players. Like, I sat here, what was it, like 3 weeks ago? And
60 million for Casemiro is
like,
a joke.
I think I sat here, was it 3 weeks ago, and I said, if you're a United fan, don't panic yet because the transfer window isn't closed. And the reason I said that is because I've seen this song and dance before with our club. I've seen it before. That's how we ended up with Cow. That's how we ended up with Ibrahimovic. That's how we ended up with Ekala. Like, it's the same shit, bro. So
I think that,
and it's further proving your point from what you said last
like,
week.
I knew, like, we've got the piece to spend, but the board doesn't want to spend it, and the only reason that they spent money, it's not because we lost the game. It has nothing to do with that.
To buy some fans back?
It's exactly that, because I still think there'll be a protest tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fans are going to protest.
What's the nature of the protest? What
Well,
are they
we want new ownership.
what are they going to be doing?
So I think they're protesting outside the ground. They're going to hold up posters during the game. It's not going to be like when the Super League, like 2 years ago when the Supertron.
Yeah, that was a big
Remember
one.
how we got the game called off?
Yeah.
It's not going to be like that.
I remember in Sydney when they protested the fans getting banned, they actually got up and walked out of the stadium halfway through the match. Is it something like that, or is it?
Look, they're talking about that, but it's hard to do because it's hard to get 75,000 people to do that. You got to remember.
Most of these people are tourists as well.
Yeah, you got tourists, you got season ticket holders who have paid thousands of P's. Like, think about it, man. Like, you've paid thousands of P's to get your season ticket. Like, you're not just gonna walk out, especially on the biggest game for us in the season. So there's still gonna be protests because there is actually a guy who wants to buy the club. Yeah. And he said, I'll come buy the club if they want to talk money with me. So,
who was it?
So Jim Ratcliffe. So he's like some English billionaire. He's worth like,
the richest guy. He's the richest guy in England.
Yeah, he's worth like 12 billion. And he said, look, if they want to sell, I'll pay 6 billion for the club. And now I think that pressure and the pressure from the fans, the Glazers have gone, fuck, like, we need to get the fans back on side. How do you do that? You go spend money, get the fans signing.
You buy another Real Madrid legend.
Yeah, you get them players that they want.
So essentially, this protest is costing Man United board about 300 mil.
Yeah, pretty much. But here's the thing
protest.
is, next year, the start of next season, I'll be bitching and moaning about how we're not buying money on players. Because next season, if we still own the club, they'll just go, well, we spent 300 M's last year, so we're not spending no money this year.
Yeah.
And it's just a repetitive cycle.
Anthony is 100 mil.
We're paying Anthony 100 mil. We're paying over the odds. We're paying way too much money. But at this stage, I don't give a fuck. Pay the money, get the guy, right?
Really?
I don't give a fuck.
Seriously? They've beaten you down that bad that you don't give a fuck if they just burn money on it.
What's his opinion going to do?
No. But like, my point is, like,
do you think it's a smart decision?
It's not a smart decision.
Yeah.
Nothing that we've done this window has been smart. And if we're going to keep with the theme, then fucking go spend the M's.
Yeah.
Martinez, we paid way over.
Yeah.
Right? And the reason we paid way over was because we went to Ajax 3 or 4 weeks too late. With Anthony, we're going to pay way too much. There's rumours that we're going to go back in for De Jong. And what we're going to do with De Jong is fucking stupid.
They're going to throw the check.
So we're going to go up the bid for De Jong. Apparently, we're going to fucking pay the 17 million.
In owed wages?
Yeah, that Barca owe him. And then give him about 375k to 400 grand a week. Like, we are throwing stupid money at him, right?
That is the Bruyne money.
This is what we do when we panic. So the reason I get frustrated is because we could have done all these business at the start of the window and saved about 100 million.
It's the same cycle.
Like, Ajax don't want to sell. Ajax don't want to sell
really
Anthony at this point. And the Ajax, what they did is they slapped 80 million as a price tag on him because they're like, no one's going to pay this much amount of money. We came in last week and said, we'll give you 80 M's right now. And then they went, oh, shit. They're like, no, we want 100 million. So we're like, all right, we'll give you 100
All right, twist my arm then. Fine.
Like, at this point, we're just throwing money to solve the problems, and there's no coordinated structure how to spend the money. Look, my wish is for the owners to go out, but if the owners are going out and they want to spend 300 M's, sweet. Let's spend the 300 M's. I want to take it. At Christmas as a kid, you're not going to say no to a gift.
Yeah.
Even if you hate the person.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to say no. I'll take it.
That one uncle that gives you the idea.
On Eid, he gives you a pineapple. He's a grog, but he gives you a pineapple.
That pineapple goes off.
That's the uncle you love.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to say
I love
no.
all my uncles. Shout out to all my uncles. I love you.
And in turn, like, that money that we are spending, it's not their money they're spending. You got to get that. It's the club's money anyway.
Yeah.
That money should have been spent irregardless. That money should have been going into rebuilding the club, like, i.e. training ground and the ground. Like, our ground's pretty much fucked, bro.
Yeah, everything.
Our ground is fucked. It leaks and all of that.
So Manchester United, this is TK's third week of renting. Third
Give him a
fucking
break.
week. Let the man rest. Let him come in here
Just
and sit
sell
down.
the fucking club.
Listen, any predictions quickly?
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, if we cop less than 3,
I'm not giving my prediction straight.
nah,
up.
straight
Who's going to
out.
score 3 for Liverpool? Do they have...
Diaz will score a double. I
Diaz?
reckon if it's
We still have
3-0,
a
the
guy called
only-
Mo Salah now.
So
take
must
that.
The
use who's
only
gonna
hope
score.
I
Must
have-
use gonna
Mo
score.
Salah, I don't know. It just depends. If
So-
United park the bus.
No, we're not gonna park the bus.
what's your hope? Take
The only little bit of hope I have in this little smidge that I can pick out somewhere is surely those boys do not want to run another fucking 14Ks, because I wouldn't want to run 14Ks a day when I was supposed to have a day off. So
I
I'm just
don't
hoping-
reckon they ran. I reckon it's all just
I'm hoping we see a reaction, but to be honest, I've said this all the last season, so I've got no hopes, bro. If we cop less than 3, I'm satisfied. So, and our season starts on Saturday when we versus Southampton. That's how far as I'm
That's your new
concerned.
season. That's the starts. I don't know what it's gonna be like.
Adam, your prediction? What do you
Closer
reckon?
game, probably. I don't know.
I hope United win.
Yeah?
That's me personally, yeah.
It would make it
Fucking
interesting if United win.
Bro,
You know
if
what?
we win,
Fuck Liverpool.
whatever site you're working at, I'm coming.
Hey, you got to do a forfeit on Monday if you guys lose. I'm gonna
What
make
is
you
it?
do a forfeit. I
What's
don't
a
know.
forfeit?
We'll figure it
What's a
out.
forfeit?
A forfeit challenge.
What am I forfeiting to, bro?
I don't know,
What?
we'll
We'll come up with it during the week.
Yeah, we'll come
Oh,
up
we're
with
talking
it.
like this already happened, cuz. Leave me alone, bro. I've been quiet all weekend.
Yeah.
Nah,
Sui-
I don't know.
Sui wanted to
I'm not
blast
surprised.
United.
Well, I'm not surprised. Nah, I don't want to blast them. But listen, the bad fans, you have a go
Fuck
at them
those
because they just
fans.
don't know their heads from
Fuck
the,
United
honestly,
fans.
they don't
I
know
don't want
their
to swear too much on this podcast, but United fans.
no,
oh my God.
even Liverpool fans. Like last year,
Delusion.
when the quadruple became,
I'm started looking like a reality. Yeah.
I'm like, shut up, bro.
That's the closest anyone's ever been.
I know. Listen,
Oh, I was sweating.
listen. I'll never take. Listen, I'll never take no praise away from the team.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. But the fans just read it on too much. Just let it happen. You know me, when I watch a game, I'm like, let it happen.
Bro,
When the
you
Bulldogs
heard
up
me.
by 30, I'm like,
You heard me, Sui.
I don't know what's
You
happening.
heard
No,
me,
but
Sui.
Sui, like when you live in that environment, like for example, if you live in Liverpool and all of that, you get immersed
Of
in
course,
it,
no,
and you
of course.
start like it's like
No, of
you
course.
boys would have experienced when the Dogs were going to the final. Those 2 years you went to
yeah,
the
you're
final.
fucking G'd up.
Towards that season, when it
Nah,
starts
I
to
still
look
think-
like it's happening, you
Start
start
getting cocky, yeah.
You
Nah,
get
I'll
into
never be
it,
cocky.
like,
I'll always be
not
fucking
cocky, but
not
you
cocky,
start believing that you can do it.
Of course.
And you go,
You have to
"Fuck,
believe, you have to believe."
We're here. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So maybe it's not getting cocky as such. It's just believing in your team.
Of course, I just have a.
You're riding the wave.
There's just a lot
Exactly.
of bad fans out there, but I don't conversate anymore. I can't do it, cuz. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a tight game, and I think Liverpool win, bro. That's what I think.
So it's time for our new segment. Our new segment is called Fraud of the Week.
Fraud of the week, man. Fraud of the week. Shout out to Iyad, brother. The inspiration came from you.
All right.
Takes. I'm gonna let you hit it off, bro.
So we explain the rules to the
So
people
fraud-
at home.
Oh yeah, this is the first one, eh?
Yeah.
So fraud of the week basically is just someone that pissed you off during the week. Could be
Someone that ruined your week.
ruined your week, pissed you off, or just had a brain snap, or just anything. It could be anything, anyone, actor, anything, whatever it is.
TK looks like he's got like 3 or 4 that he wants to
I had
name.
3, but 1 goes to Sui, so I can't. I'll let him have that one.
You can't
Oh
pick
yeah,
two.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Nah.
so fraud of the week, boys. Someone who just someone just gave you a shit week and ruined your mood.
Look, for me, it wasn't this particular person as well, but I think it's what this particular person embodied. So my fraud of the week was Ashley Klein for sending Tamo off, right?
James Tamo, he got
At
sent off.
no point do I condone what Tamo said.
It wasn't
and
actually
what
Klein, was it? No.
he- Was it? Was it? I
No,
think
it was a
Klein.
different ref. I
All
think.
right, sorry.
Whoever it was,
He ref
whoever
the
it was.
dogs.
That ref.
Whoever it was, right?
Whoever it was.
But that's my fraud of the week. Not because I'm not saying what Tomo did was right or it's the right thing to go about things
He
or
had to
anything
do
like
that,
that,
but-
right? But it's the fact that in that same phase of play, there was a knock on that was missed. And then in that same phase
Oh,
of
okay.
play,
I don't really
there was a
watch
third
properly.
man in tackle at fucking his knees. I can get it why he G'd up. Like there's 2
He's had
mistakes
enough.
that
He's
have
had
been
enough.
missed, right?
He's had enough.
And the fact that this is the second time a player in the last 6 weeks has come out spraying the refs kind of just shows that
The
they
refs are
embody
doing
the
something
way
wrong.
we feel. They embody the way that.
course.
So if I'm frustrated, coaches are frustrated.
Imagine what he's
Imagine
feeling.
what players are feeling. And I just feel bad for James because that's probably the last time
He's
gonna
an
play on
OG
footy.
player as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the last time he's going to play footy. What he did, it's not right, but it doesn't happen if the ref does their fucking job right. So that's my fraud of the week.
Shout out
Adam,
to James Tamo, bro.
Your
Hard
fraud of the week.
Mate, my fraud of the week wasn't just a particular person. It was just the whole round of NRL. That was that was a whole
Telling you, it's a
fraud.
rubbish sport. It's a rubbish
That
sport.
was a whole fraud of a round. Like, yeah, I don't really need to delve into it. I'm sure everyone that sort of...
Imagine spending money to go to the stadium and witness that.
Bro,
But
Friday
not
night,
just
you're
one
like,
game.
sweet.
There was so many of the games. Brisbane got slapped. Dogs got
Everyone.
slapped.
Everyone, bro.
Tigers got slapped. Like
It's
it was
crazy.
just-
My
Like,
roommate
crazy.
sat next to me, goes, and I think it was Saturday, goes, T, over the last 2 days, I reckon I've seen like 180 points. Get
Yeah, it was
scored."
the most. It was
Yeah.
the
He
highest I
he
think
goes,
ever.
what the
490
Hamza,
points.
my
or
mate
something,
Hamza said
yeah.
the same thing, bro. He goes, bro, I think they're gonna clock it. He said this on Saturday first game. He's like, I think they're gonna clock this rate, cuz. And it
So, yeah, that
happened.
was
a
my fraud of the
joke.
week. Nice, short and simple.
Fraud of the week, the National Rugby League.
That's it. Yeah, NRL.
Sui.
So
My fraud of the week was probably one of the worst brain snaps I've ever seen someone do. And listen, I don't want to call him a fraud, but Anthony Joshua, bro.
Oh man.
That was so
I want to
bad.
defend him a little bit.
I
Me
can
too,
defend
me
him
too.
too.
Listen,
Listen,
can
I love Anthony Joshua, but I
Man,
just
the emotion though in that moment.
I don't think everyone gets entitled to their fraud. He's just fed up. Like he's so
he cops-
emotional.
Yeah, he's under a
And
big spotlight.
The bloke has trained.
I think
and
it's all
done
bottled up.
everything
It's
under
bottled
the
up as well.
sun. Like
Like after he lost to Ruiz, he copped it.
Nah, you know what
hard.
pissed me off when he goes, whatever's happening in your country, I don't know what's happening, but it's
yes, yes. And then he goes 5 cheers, happy parade. It was so awkward around the whole
And
stadium.
that
Usyk.
and that Usyk's like, what the fuck is? Someone
Hey,
take the mic.
credit to Usyk, he just stood there like
Yeah,
a G.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he
He
was
was
like,
lost.
he just
He
stopped
let him
fighting.
have his
His
moment.
His mind just went somewhere else,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the guy started talking.
he let him have his moment.
Nah, that was fucking. So that's my fault. Of the
I
week,
feel
bro.
really bad for AJ.
I feel bad for him
Yeah,
too,
I
bro.
feel really
I used to
bad.
love AJ, but
I still love AJ.
So
I
do
still
I.
love him
I think
too.
it's
but-
time for him
reckon
to
we'll-
hang it up, but
Nah, come on. What,
Nah.
hang it up? Nah.
Yeah.
Bro, I started to believe Tyson Fury is like,
Nah.
I'll beat them both in the same night. I'm like, bro,
Nah.
no,
you
I
probably
think it's
would.
time for him to hang it up, bro.
Why?
Nah.
Bro,
You
look
don't
at
think he
his
can
last
win
fight.
another belt?
Look at his last five
Nah,
fights.
it doesn't
man.
look like he's happy, bro. It
Nah,
doesn't
he's
look
not-
like
he's
he's
not
fighting.
mentally all up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mentally
exactly.
I think
drained.
he needs a break.
He had a break.
But I
cuz.
think just
Didn't he have a break?
the most.
Nah, I don't think
Nah.
official break.
Not a real break.
I was watching this English PT, right, and he just goes, man, like
James
watching.
Smith?
Nah, it was Deering.
Shout out to James.
Deering, yeah,
Hey,
he's
shout
great.
out to James Smith though.
There's
I
another-
love
what a
There's
James
another
sicker.
fucking
Smith.
segment of
What
what
a
the fuck this
sicker.
Hey, James Smith's
Here's another
nutrition
segment.
I've
advice.
actually met-
I
I've-
love Jay.
So his nutrition advice is actually top quality.
Yeah.
Like the best of the best nutrition advice you can ever find is James Smith.
Shout out, shout out to Dave, a guy that used to be one of my customers at Barber Scotty when I used to work at a cafe in Barber Scotty. He actually introduced me to James Smith. He's actually his mate from back home, and he goes, he probably had about 200,000 or 300,000 followers. He goes, "Bro,
blown up,
follow-"
man.
He goes, follow this bloke,
Yeah.
mate. I've never met someone who actually taught me, and I was actually studying, mate. I studied physiotherapy and health and exercise for ages.
But it
Actually,
keeps
no,
it
he's
simple,
Someone
man.
is the most. He is the most realist. It's like literally me talking to you boys,
I wanna find
and
him
just
now.
spits facts.
He's
Mate,
so
yeah.
educated.
Follow him, James Smith. Oh.
Hey, follow him. His advice
He's
is
a
top-
Bondi boy now as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it just makes you. He's receding. He's got
James
no hair,
Smith
but he
PT?
makes.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
makes
that's
you.
on.
He makes you feel like.
And he's a normal guy. He
It's
just
okay
trains
not to have a
BJJ.
6-pack. It's not.
Yeah.
He's a normal bloke. Enjoy your
Yeah.
calories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I've been through a massive weight loss journey, and that's it.
I'd be an idiot, not
James Smith, you're a fucking one
Mate,
of the boys.
I
now.
on honesty,
Nah, watch
gun.
it, watch
I've read
it,
2 of his
watch it.
books.
So I've been on a big weight loss journey, and his book actually I was showing you boys
Which one?
as well.
Mate,
One or two?
so good.
Two.
Yeah.
Two. The blue one?
Two. Yeah, the blue one. So
Not
two,
a life coach, yeah. Oh,
2 was life changing for me. He actually taught me a lot about nutrition that I didn't know,
Yeah.
and I really
He's so smart,
excelled.
bro.
teaches you about
even-
life. Oh,
I leveled up, man. Like my weight loss journey became a fitness journey when I read his content. It leveled me up so many levels.
he's
so
good. I
Shout
like
out
him.
to our false 9 members, bro. Big, unbelievable journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do
Crazy.
We'll do like a episode one day where you
Definitely.
can
He
just come and
dives
talk,
into it.
and we can motivate some people that are going through the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, shout out to you, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
thank
back
you,
to what I
boys.
was saying with Deering, he
Yeah.
just said, "Look, bro, you just gotta remember his mental health. It might not be right, you know. So that's the kind of only defense I'd give AJ.
No, it doesn't look right.
He doesn't look
right
like
at
a
all.
person.
That's
who's-
why I didn't want to say
who's
a fraud.
thinking straight.
Well, that's
or-
why I didn't want to say a fraud. But that
Like there could
Ukraine
be
thing,
something deeper.
I was like, bro, stop! You're going too far now, my brother.
Okay, so my fraud of the week. I'm sorry, but I got to let rip on one of my own.
Fuel.
Yeah, Foden. He's my fraud of the week. He ruined my week. Like
Yeah,
I
I
honestly,
know that
I watched that back and I go, man, like we could have won that game if you
Oh,
just.
Nunes was my fraud of the
Don't
week
you
too.
think? Don't you reckon he's a fraud of a player? I feel like
Nah.
he's there for
He's
the
not-
limelight. He's
Foden?
there, yeah.
No, he's genuinely a very good. He's a baller.
Is he,
Genuinely.
no, he's a genuine person though.
Yeah,
You reckon-
no, he's been in the club since he was like 8
Okay.
years old, man.
Do you reckon
Like,
if he
he's-
went somewhere else, it would be? I know he won't be
No.
that good, obviously, because of the team. But do you reckon he'll be?
Nah.
Nah.
Nah, no chance. I think he doesn't crack it in most teams, to be honest. But he's an exceptional baller, great talent, but he
He
looks
has
a lot
that
better.
free roll, yeah. He does.
He looks a lot better than what he actually could have been if he was in a normal team. Man City's not a normal team.
Of course. Man City's a fucking juggernaut, but they
Yeah.
just have the ball the whole
But
time.
the fact that he cracked it through the academy and made it
Crazy.
into our 11 is crazy.
Crazy.
So,
I reckon Pep just wanted that to happen so he can say, "I'll have someone from the academy."
but for him to be that guy,
Yeah.
you got there's a certain
Nah, yeah.
caliber.
So that's your fraud of the week.
That's my fraud of the week.
We had some good questions this week too, bro.
We did have some good questions on the Q&A.
It's a
So
quick
boys,
one, man. We're going too long now.
yeah, we have gone too long. Boys, I'm going to peg you these questions and I'll let you guys discuss. I won't ask all of them.
Let's
Just
just pump
pick
them out. Yeah.
Just pick 3 good ones, bro.
3 good
We had a
ones.
good Monday, eh? We had a good Monday.
So let's, okay.
Great Monday.
We did touch on
Crazy.
this. Hamza El Safari asked, what additional signings do Chelsea need if they're going to compete for the title next season?
Striker,
This
midfielder.
season. Like this season.
Next season.
Oh, next season.
Next season.
Bro, if
Oh,
they-
well, he didn't specify.
Okay, so
but
let's say this season, if they get a striker, they're not that far off, bro.
they're not. There's no title push from Chelsea, even if they get a striker.
But you never know.
Depends on the striker.
No.
I still stick
Who's-
by my their cup team.
Who's
I'll
who's
stick by
who's
that.
out there for them to buy to actually?
Oh, they're gonna get a ban. I don't know. I think someone that puts the ball in the net from all their chances, they fucking have a chance
Okay.
of getting the 3 points every time.
Okay,
It's very hard.
Moving on. This is directed at Tanaka. Why does TK think all of a sudden United are going to beat Liverpool? From official Shems.
That's my roommate. He's Jamie out.
Hey, you're a fraud of the week. You believe the He was playing at low key, hey? He was fucking playing at low key, bro.
You just got exposed.
You know what, bro? Good on you. Hey, you know what?
I've never said that. I've never said that.
Busted.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna give this one to shout out to you, Schlems, and if anyone on TikTok, shout out to House of Pie. Go follow them. They're the boys playing pro clubs. I'm not answering that.
Oh, is that your mate?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I love those
Yeah.
videos.
House of Pie. House of Pie.
Emery?
Yeah, Emre.
Yeah. He's my
Shout
mate.
out. Go follow House of Pie. We'll put a clip in for the video.
Up too. Hello,
Yeah. Oh, bro. Anyway, Abdul Kanj asked, "Is Kamaru Usman's
Hey,
legacy?"
Abdul Kenj. Shout out to Abdul Kenj every week asking us
Every
a
week,
question,
good
bro.
questions,
Good on
Abdul. Good
We
on
need
you.
you.
We love you, brother.
Is Kamaru Usman's legacy tarnished after that knockout?
No,
we already
bro.
spoke about it.
No.
Nah.
Silly
No,
question.
He comes back and wins
Love
it in
you,
the
mate,
rematch.
but that's a silly question.
Listen, nah.
I think he's
Nah,
just,
it's a good
yeah, I think
question.
he's
It's P for P for a long time. It's been
Yeah.
pound for
P
pound.
for P,
Kamaru Usman.
headshot, bang.
Mate.
Dead.
Kamaru Usman, that way he done, people are gonna meme him all over the world now.
But he'll come back. He'll come
Bro,
back.
he'll
Yeah,
come
bro.
back. He'll win it, and he'll just.
You never
prove-
know. It's probably what he needed.
He'll prove to everyone that how fucking.
the
Hit us
That's
with
like a
one more
champ,
good
that's
one.
what
One more good one.
Oh, there's two. There's two more good ones. Okay, Abdul Kanj asked another question that's my favorite. If Graham Potter was backed massively, he'd be top 5 manager.
It
in
sounds
the
like we
league or
pay
higher.
Abdul to ask us these questions. Graham
This is a
Potter.
statement. This is a statement.
Graham Potter.
If Graham Potter was backed massively, he'd be
I'll let
top
TK
5
take this
manager.
one, bro. He watches Brighton. He likes them.
Top 5.
Top 5.
There's a lot of teams there, man.
There's a lot of teams. That's what I was
A lot of
But you
thinking.
get
teams
his
as well.
question. I'll get his question.
I get his question.
They'd
but
go far.
Fuck yeah.
They'd go far.
You know what? I'll give him credit for this. Brighton have got some fucking slick recruitment.
Yeah,
So
fuck
if you backed Brighton are the type of team which if you gave them 150 M's,
Oh
they,
well.
they could do some serious
They'll get
business.
you 2 teams.
Yeah, they could do some serious business.
Okay.
So look, I'll never say never.
Mm.
But I just think like they need
There's
some
a lot
serious
more
backing.
work.
Yeah, there's a lot of like you got to think you got the big 6, then you've got West Ham in there, you've
Newcastle.
got Leicester in there, Newcastle, Wolves, Villa have got the squad,
Southampton.
whether they have the manager or not.
Yeah, nah.
You know,
Southampton's got the heart. They got the heart.
I reckon Southampton might go drop, bro.
Ooh, you reckon
Yeah.
they'll go drop?
That's not a. That's. I believe it, bro.
I hope not. I hope not.
I like
really hope not.
Southampton.
I like
I think they might
Southampton
drop.
But look, I really like all these questions. Abdul Adouj also asked, win a UCL and compete for top 4 consistently, or win the league and bottle UCL? I think he's taking shots at Man City.
You know his brother bought a Man City jersey.
Seriously.
He's a Man United supporter.
What happened there? Is he one of those frauds that we were talking about last week?
I'm not gonna say his name. I love him.
He's the fraud of the week,
He's
mate.
young, guys. He's young.
He's
young.
the fraud of the week. All right, which one would you rather go, TK?
Win. The UCL, bro. You're
Win
the
the
best team.
Champions League.
The best team. You're the best team.
For me right now, rather Arsenal compete top 4, and then I can think about UCL a little bit later.
It depends if you. The money thing too is big for me.
I would trade the Premier League for the
Oh,
Champions
yeah.
League every day of the
Yeah.
week.
Obviously.
Every day of
Bro,
the
I
week.
remember Madrid fucking won 3 back to back, and they didn't win the league
Yeah.
during that period.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
it's hard.
No,
It's hard. It's very hard to win both, bro.
Another one. Who do you think will win the Golden Boot this season from Hadi?
Ooh.
Haaland, I reckon. For me personally, I've got
Yeah.
a crush on him.
I'll tell you why I say Haaland.
Yeah.
Because there's gonna be them games where he's gonna score 3-4.
3-4, yeah.
4, yeah.
And he's gonna miss 2 games and he'll score a double. That's why I think Haaland. But
Yeah.
His presence on the ball is just always there. He
Who's
seems
there,
And they
bro?
look for him.
hungry.
And they look for him.
Hungry.
bro, Rodrigo's
Mitrovic.
up there.
Mitrovic is up there too.
Nah, Mitrovic.
Nah? Okay, interesting. TK.
You know what?
Mitrovic will finish the season on 10 goals, bro.
Nah,
Let him enjoy his little purple
Yeah,
patch.
yeah,
Nah, he'll
No
get like-
disrespect to
he'll
the
get
guy,
14,
but
15.
Purple sector 1.
bro, he'll get
and then red sector 2 and 3.
He'll get 14, 15, but I don't think.
Okay,
Golden
okay.
Boot's gonna be crazy this year, bro.
So, TK, who are you picking, man?
I think it's hard to go past Salah, man.
Salah?
Bro, the guy's been in there for how many years? Bro?
Yeah, he's got the experience.
Like,
He's definitely got the
it's
experience.
hard to sleep on Salah, man.
Personally, I'm on the Haaland ball as well.
I feel it's the most.
From
right
Cameron, not a question, but he reckons Man United's gonna win tomorrow morning.
I'm not talking to Cameron until after tomorrow. Yeah, listen. If they win, bro, I've told you. I think it's gonna be a tie game.
I'll take a draw at this point.
Alright.
Whatever happens,
Honorable
bro.
mention to Tabsy for this one as well. Do you see Man City losing to any of the big six clubs after the draw to Newcastle?
Big shout out Tabs. He's looked after me for a long time.
Is one of the boys? Yeah. What'd you say? What was the question?
So the question was, do you see Man City losing to any of the big six clubs after that draw with Newcastle? I mean, they can still drop points, but I'm still going to stand by the fact.
Listen, this league, after that Newcastle game,
Yeah.
I think this league is going to be fucking... There's going to be a loss everywhere for someone.
How
Yeah.
good.
Straight
Yeah,
up.
fuck
It's going to be one of those seasons where it's not going to be a 90-point.
Yeah.
Like I said, so
Season.
for teams to challenge,
And
you
the
need
World
to
Cup...
drop points.
And I'm going to keep saying World Cup. World Cup does a lot, bro.
Mm.
It's...
I can't wait for the World Cup talk. That's
Me
going to
too.
be
That's
that's
gonna
going
be
to be my
crazy,
favorite
bro. We're going to
episode.
fucking do a lot of good videos on that one, bro. I can't wait.
Anyway, that's all the questions that we have.
Alright, guys, we love you, man. Take it easy.
Thank you
Sweet
so
as.
much.
Salute everyone, boys.
Hey, make
you
sure
so
you
much.
like, comment, subscribe, share it
Yeah,
around,
man, it
please.
goes a long way.
Goes a
man.
long way. We
Goes a
really
long way.
appreciate
Boys.
the love, appreciate the support.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
You have a blessed week.